lady, and welcome to my Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everybody has been having a great week. We are already on the 16th of September. Now, I'm curious, how many of you in the channel are wondering where the hell did we get through half of September already? How did that even happen? I mean, my brain's still like back in the summer still. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm shocked that we're already halfway through September and we're getting closer to the end of the year. So while I'm waiting on people to drift in, I'm going to say hello to those that came into the chat, and then we'll talk. Everybody will be talking soon. Hi, Robin, you're first in the channel. Hello, Steel Sky. Welcome. First time I'm meeting you. Hey, Rita, what you been doing lately? And then there's Andi's in here, and she's on the video too. Hi. And my husband's here. Hey, babe. Hello, Deborah Taylor. Welcome to the group. Rita says, better question is, where did 2025 go? That is a super great question. That's what I want to know.
It's been really quick. Like, I cannot believe it's almost October.
It's like our planet has decided to spin really fast or something. Do you feel that way? I do. While before we get started, Robin says she only needs 988 more hexagons. Oh my God, you are knocking on that 12,000 door. Hey, Lori, welcome. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Donnelly. Welcome. I want to remind everybody, and you'll hear me mention this more than once, don't forget to go over to my community tab or my Facebook group, Greenland Quilter, and fill out the form to participate in the giveaway on October the 4th. For those of you that don't know, well, what's the giveaway about? Well, I hit 5,000 subscribers 4 days ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you know how many you have now?
54 something.
Nice.
Let me go look.
You got a few more since the day you hit 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what's going on with this channel right now. Every time me and Nikolai look again, it's like, what is going on? Uh-oh.
I bet that's a good feeling though.
It is a good feeling. There was a period of time there where I was concerned that I wasn't working hard enough, or that people weren't doing anything bad. It wasn't about them. It was about, I felt like I didn't know if I was making, what do you call, a difference. That's it. And apparently I am. So let me tell you where we are on the and you heard me earlier in the year, about February, I think it was. I was talking about maybe I could make 5,000 on my second anniversary. But now that I think about it, I feel like that maybe I wasn't meant to reach it until I reached it.
Yeah.
It's all about, something my friend likes to say all the time to me is it's all about timing. And maybe the time wasn't right back then in July when I was hoping for it, and I really didn't try to push it because I felt like I was on a plateau. And we all have plateaus. I know in the summertime, it's like I call it the summer doldrums. People are out taking their families out and going on vacation and doing all kinds of things. They're not sitting inside, they're outside. And that makes total sense why people wouldn't be sitting on their YouTube channels 24/7 watching all of us great people. Just saying. Or all us good people. So anyway, yeah. Hey, Bud Files, welcome. And make sure all of you who are channels to type the word !Selfie and share your channel link. You are welcome to share your channel link anytime you like. I need to get Amanda's channel into my bot. I haven't done that yet. Sorry. I was locked out of my bot for the last 6 months. I couldn't get into it. I finally broke I figured out what was wrong with it. It was the way I was going into it. It was saying, wrong.
But you figured it out. That's good.
Yeah, I finally figured it out. I thought, I keep avoiding logging on to my Living Green. I thought I used my Kimmikins email for the bot. And so I kept trying to log in that way. It wouldn't let me do that. And so yeah, 4 days ago, I'm like, well, let's try the Living Greenland one. It let me in. So all this time, it was all about I was using the wrong email.
Well, yeah.
Duh. Leave it up to me. Okay. So anyway, make sure to go. You'll have to scroll through my community tab to find the posting. You'll see a big banner that says 5,000 celebration, something like that. It's easier to find, of course, in my Facebook group because I don't have near the subscribers to that chat that I do here. So it may be a little harder to find. So scroll down until you find it. And in the comment or in the section where I wrote about the what the plan is, there's a link for you to do a form. You have to do the form to participate. And I will explain why. I have one little pet peeve. Chaunda, do you know what that pet peeve is?
I do not.
No, you don't? I have a pet peeve. I don't feel like I should have to chase people down to get information to send them a gift card.
Sure.
I
Which
get you
means
on that.
so sending an email that gets ignored really frustrates me. So I came up with a smart idea. I made a form where if it's going to be a physical giveaway or a gift card, they fill out all the information on the gift card or on the form, and no one but me sees it. And I can buy the gift card, put the email in, sent, I'm done. And then I don't have to send the email from my Living Greenland email and it be over, because a lot of times people have told me they found my Living Greenland email in their spam folder. Which that can happen. Rita says, but Katie, isn't that what they make running shoes for? Yeah. Leave it up to you to say something like that. Our little smart girl over here. All right, let's get introducing here. How about I pick on Chaunda first?
Okay.
What did she do to deserve that today?
Oh, because she's my bestie. Or yeah.
Chaunda's dealing with some yarn barf right now. I'm probably gonna have to rewind this skein on my ball winder. My name is Chaunda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. It's a relaxed place where I just share everything quilt and crochet related that I am interested in, and that's about it.
Yeah. What do you plan on working on today?
I am working on the same blanket.
Look how much you've got done of it. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wow. I noticed that Amanda was also working on something on her live that looked like a baby blanket. Am I wrong on that or am I right?
It is not a baby blanket. It's gonna be a lot bigger than a baby blanket. It's gonna be however big it is. I'm gonna work until I run out of yarn. So that's what that is.
So go ahead and tell us a bit about yourself and show us what you're working on. And
I am the Scraptastic crocheter. My name is Amanda, and I live in Sweden. I am born and raised in Sweden. So, I'm very Swedish, even though some people do not believe me when I say that. I like to crochet. I love yarn, and I have plenty of yarn to play with. That's, I just love it. But I only crochet. I know how to knit. I don't like to knit, so I don't knit. But yeah, all I do all day, every day, pretty much is play with yarn. At the moment, I'm working on this blanket that has been kind of, put to the side for some time. It is called the Trio blanket. I don't remember where I found the pattern for it. And I'm using 3 different yarn cakes, and they're all gradient. So what we're seeing here is, well, I can actually do this. We can do this for funsies, so you actually get to see it.
There we go. Yeah.
So I have the three cakes, they started over here with white, pink, and a light yellow. And then we have a transition, and they kind of transitioned all at the same time. They are the same type of cakes, but there was a very, the kind of harsh line. There's 3 strands of yarn and one changed color at a time. So one changed from the white, we got a strand of a darker blue, which is a very dark blue. The pink turned into purple and the yellow turned into green. The next transition is a little bit more hidden. I think you can see it kind of split here. A lot, a bit more hidden than the first transition. But what we're going for is at the end is going to be a darker purple, a darker minty green, and then a really dark teal. So yeah, it's going to be a really nice big gradient all over this blanket. It's a very thin yarn. It's 100% acrylic, and I'm using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I'm not expecting this to be done anytime soon. It's just, I have so many other projects. Like I can't sit and just, it's going to take whatever time it takes. It's not going to be done by Christmas. I was live just before I popped in here. And I was talking about it. It's like, I don't think this is going to be done by Christmas because I have so many other things I'm working on, and I haven't touched this since spring, I want to say. So it is, yeah, I don't know. I did make
any of us can just do one project at a time. We would get bored with it, I think.
Maybe. I've done that depending on what I'm in the mood for. I've done some projects just start to finish, but this is a blanket. It's going to be big. What we have is 3 cakes of this size. Can you see that? It's like the size of my
big one.
My face. So they're like 2,000 meters, 430 grams each. And there's 3 of these cakes. This is the dark, the white to blue to dark teal. So you can maybe see a bit of the color.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you making it for yourself, or are you going to be sharing it with someone?
No, I did plan to make it for my bed, but that's, I don't know exactly what it's going to be for. It depends on how big it is, to be honest. I don't know, because I did this same pattern before with a thicker yarn, and that was gold, purple, and gray. And that one is currently residing on my bed. It just is, it looked a little bit too big. But I don't know if this is, I don't know if it's going to be tall enough to be like a bed cover, or if it's just going to be like a blanket that's going to hang out on the couch. We shall see. I have so many possibilities for this. I kind of have a feeling that there's a possibility that my mini-me is going to steal it, and she wants it to be the bed cover in her bed. So yeah, I have to compete with a 5-year-old.
Mini-me's are always there,
Yep.
I remember.
She gets first dibs now.
Yep.
Yeah, no, she's stealing everything.
That's too funny and cute. Now, Andi, I have Andi from Crafty Witch over here again, and I'm excited because she's got something very cool to show you guys. Tell us about yourself and what you're going to be working on tonight, and show us what you've been working on that you'd like to share.
I'm Andi, the Crafty Witch. I got the little muffin sleeping here on the chair. I don't know if you can see her.
She's hidden behind the yarn ball.
Yeah, behind the yarn ball. Yeah, she's
now we can
the yarn ball. She's so tiny. But I'm finishing up a neon octopus.
Oh, that's so
cool.
cool.
Look at that.
And it is going to be
look at that.
Wow.
Feet. So
totally
I have to do it on camera. So that's why you get to see me this time.
That is totally cool.
That is awesome.
So what colors were you using for the one that you're doing now?
Oh, so this is the tentacle colors. It's like a neon orange. And then I'm using this I forgot what color it was. It was neon rainbow. It was a big twist. So I have a bunch of tentacles already done.
Wow.
That is cool.
I love that color.
I
Oh,
know
that's
it's
great.
so good.
Y'all
But
are gonna laugh, but Nikolai told her she needs to make a hat so he can wear it.
and I have one ball of that left, so I'm gonna make a big jellyfish too.
That's cute.
So I just
Oh.
designed this big jellyfish just so that he could have, because I have a show coming up this weekend, so I needed a jellyfish big enough to hang out with the octopus.
Y'all are so creative. It's totally
Yeah,
amazing.
So we'll see how far I get with the octopus, and maybe I get to finish it today finally, because it takes like 15 hours to make this guy.
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah,
Yep, an entire
quite a bit
day.
of yarn too, it looks like.
Yeah, it takes 3 full skeins of yarn.
What size crochet hook are you using for that?
6.5.
So you're using a big hook on top of it. So I bet your hands are getting tired with the big one.
No, because the plush yarn, it actually doesn't make it as hard on my hands, but I do need more yarn.
And I like your shirt.
It was fitting for today.
Yep, definitely. Okay, let me read some of what's going on in the chat, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to work on. I'm going to get, yeah. Okay, let me see. We have Jody in here. Welcome, welcome. Donnelly says she's good. She's been so busy with rescue, thinking this racing season I'm sitting out to keep working on rescues. And Jody's saying hi to everyone. Then Donnelly says, Jody, girl in the house, whoop, whoop. And then Donnelly says, even though I do laugh out loud, none of this stuff people here and their channels, well, makes me just happy to be here. I'm glad of that, Donnelly. And then Jody mentioned for Andi, I think, no, for Amanda, it looks very soft, talking about your blanket.
Yep, it is.
Jody says pretty. And then Donnelly says, Pat says, hey, Pat. She says, hi, all in the chat. I've been knitting on my great grandma's car seat Afghan. So hands are going to be busy. Awesome. Yeah, you knitters are welcome in here too. Anyone with yarn, yeah, I don't care what you're working on. Just come and sit with us and do your thing. Jody says she used to make scarves and stuff for kids. You know, you can still do that now these days, and actually you can sell them. Because some people love scarves. Let's see. Donnelly says, hey, Crafty, sending you hugs and bunches of love. And then see here. Donnelly says, Jody, craft has made me crazy. Wish I had the patience to do it. You just got to find your niche. And when you find your niche, it could be, we were having this discussion the other day about different things you can do. I mean, you have crocheting, you have knitting, you have sewing, you have coloring with crayons and color pencils. You know, in a coloring book, that's a craft, actually. I mean, you can keep it as simple or as technical as you want it to be. There's all kinds of ways to be creative. Gardening is creative. Same thing, it's a craft. So anything that makes your brain do other, because when you're crafting, even if it's gardening or sewing or coloring or making videos,
Or decorating.
Decorating. All these things uses a part of your brain that helps your mental health and a lot of other things while you're doing it. So anything's, great. Hey, Blair, welcome, welcome. And hello, Gladys, welcome, welcome. And can I just call you Ricky instead of trying to say that first word in your name?
Oh, Rick, yeah. She is from Denmark, but she lives in Sweden.
Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce that first word.
Well, you can just say Rick, yeah. That's perfectly fine. That's what
Ricky?
I say.
Okay, Ricky's okay. All right, gotcha. All right, so welcome. First time I've seen you in here. Welcome to our channel. Let me see. Hey, Candace, welcome, welcome. All right, and Anita's here also, and she said she is knitting on her reading shawl. Oh, that's awesome. And then Donnelly says, Katie, you know, when you work with horses, it's sun up to sundown. My downtime is connecting with y'all. Yeah, you know, working with horses is another thing. I know a lot of you who have never been around horses don't know what it feels like to be with a horse, but I do, because when I moved here, I had to give up my horses. Um, there is nothing like being with a horse. It's so hard. It's like trying to describe what it's like to stand in front of an iceberg. It's that, I mean, we can show you videos and we can show you pictures till we're blue in the face, but to explain what it really feels like, you have to be there to experience it. And that's how horses are. So you're already getting your positive stuff from your horses, Donnelly. So we get it. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And hello, Joe from Vintage Style. She says, just say Ricky. Okay, gotcha. I didn't want to butcher your name. Hey, Cheri, welcome, welcome. All right, so this is what I'm going to continue working on. It's going to be like Northern Light colors before it's over with, but look how it's coming out.
That was good.
Nice.
Nice.
So I'm about to add dark green again. So this, I'm using a yarn kit that was called Northern Lights, but the pattern got damaged somehow, where it must have got, the pattern was stuffed in a sleeve on the outside of the plastic bag that all the yarn came in, and it must have got wet. Only I was unaware of that, because all of this had been sitting for a while, and when I went to reach in there to grab the pattern to look at it, it ripped, and all of the information was stuck to the bag. So no more pattern. And then I, you know, because I like Lucy of Attic, oh my gosh, what's her channel name? Or
Attic 24.
Yeah, Attic 24, Lucy. She makes all these very happy type style patterns and colors. And so I'm like, I could take those Northern Lights and use one of her patterns. And so that's what I'm using, or what I'm working on right now. Hey, let's see, anyone else coming? Okay, so what are y'all working on? And those of you who are working on something in the chat, let us know what you're working on. I know a couple people already mentioned what they're working on. Anyone else working on anything? And Amanda, how's things been going over your way in Sweden?
Well, I woke up this morning and felt that I didn't want to get out of bed because I was in pain, and that was all my own fault, very self-inflicted. I thought I would be feeling like this yesterday, but I didn't. I spent 3 hours in the woods Sunday foraging for mushrooms. So today I woke up with pain in every muscle. I was so sore. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was like, yeah, this is you know, you expect that the day after you get a good workout session. 3 hours in the woods will do that to you. But yeah, my own fault.
Were you able to collect quite a bit of mushrooms?
Oh, I did remove the jar. I had the jar standing here next to me because I was live here just before coming to hang out here. I did a little pre-party on my own channel for a bit. And I have seen some people from my chat finding the way over here. So happy to see all of them joining in here as well.
What kind of mushrooms do you have there? I don't know if there's English versions of explaining what they are.
Well, the typical mushrooms that you'd find here is chanterelles, but there's two types of chanterelles. There's the yellow ones that's big and kind of fleshy, and then we have a little one, and like directly translated, it would be like a funnel chanterelle, but I don't know if they probably have a totally different name in English, but that would be like the direct translation from Swedish. So they are.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
Is there a specific time frame in which you have to find them before it's too late?
Well, this is pre-season. Like I had to really find it, like look hard to find them. The yellow chanterelles has been here for a few well, for pretty much like a bunch of weeks now. And the ones I'm looking for, they're more of a fall type of mushroom, so they're just starting to come now. And now we've had some rain, so I'm expecting you know, do we get a couple of sunny days, there's going to be mushrooms all over. Like the yellow ones, they like to just be a few here and there, but these ones that I want, the fall ones, when you find one, like wherever you put your foot, you're going to step on a mushroom. Like they're all over. But they're a lot smaller. And these dry better. The yellow ones are more fleshy. They don't work good in a dryer. You have to like, you can boil them and whatnot, but they don't work dried. And I like to dry them so I can put them in sauces and stews throughout the year. They're a lot easier to preserve that way. So I do have a dryer, and I already dried the ones I had that I got now. So I'm gonna go and get more. It's just, yeah, it's just the start of the fall now. So definitely not as much mushrooms in the woods yet as I'm expecting. But you can usually get mushrooms here until it starts to get frost overnight. As you know, when the frost hits, they're not good anymore. But they can be pretty covered in the woods. So even though you've had a couple of, you know, frost nights, there might still be good mushrooms because they haven't, you know, the frost didn't get them due to coverage. So, but about that time is when there's no reason to go and get mushrooms anymore. Like there's no point after that point. But that's October, November, plenty of time for me to get more.
Go ahead, whoever that was going to say something.
No, this thunder.
You got
I have
thunder?
a thunderstorm right now. Sorry, guys.
No, don't apologize. It's okay. The reason I asked was, and someone can help me out in the chat if you don't mind. I know that people like to go hunt morel mushrooms, which I never heard of until I started watching some homesteading channels. I follow 3 or 4 of them, and they spent at a certain time they get out and go look for morel mushrooms.
Yeah.
And that's why I was wondering if your hunting was similar to what their hunting was.
Oh, we have morels here too. I
Okay.
don't like to play around with those because you have to prepare them in a specific way. Otherwise, they might be very not good for you. There's certain ways, you know, you have to prepare them properly. Otherwise, you can get really sick. So that is not a type of mushroom I go for. I went out with a friend, and we got like so many different mushrooms. She is definitely the type of person that knows all the mushrooms. She gets everything pretty much. And she's like, oh, this is edible and this is edible. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to touch that because I have no idea how to prepare it and such. So when we finished, we divided everything. She got everything else that I had picked because you know, the yellow mushrooms. I got some black trumpet. Yeah, black trumpet. And some other mushrooms that she likes. And I got all of her of the ones I want. So we just switched. So I got all of the mushrooms that she also picked that I like. She likes to pick them, but she doesn't like them as much as she likes some of the other ones. So it's a very good trade-off for me.
Yeah. So since we are talking about mushrooms, let me show you. We saw something. These pictures I'm going to show you were taken in 2021, but we visited the same spot 3 weeks ago, and I don't have the pictures or the video up yet for those sets, but you should see these mushrooms. They are like crazy big. And you might even recognize them, Amanda, probably since, you know, you live in Sweden. Someone let me know when the picture comes up on the screen, either by a heart or whatever.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, that's oh, we would call them small shop. That's like yeah, I don't know exactly what that
Well,
would
I'm going to
be.
show you one that was the size of a plate in a minute. So these were out where we go fishing, and I can't say where at because the spot is secret. And it wouldn't really benefit me to try to explain where it is because I don't know the name of the area. So there's that. But some people might know by just looking at the pictures where it's at if they're a Greenlander. But we found all kinds of them that summer, and I'd never seen mushrooms so darn big before. Because in Florida they don't get big like this, other than the ones that grow out of the side of trees. But this one right here in this greenery, this was the size of a plate. The picture don't even do justice to it.
So I also have some pictures, but I don't know if I can show them in a good way. I can try.
Do you know? I mean, I don't even know what species or anything this is. And you got these little flat tops were so cute, and they were tiny. They're like the size of maybe 2 inch across, or I don't know how many millimeters that is, but it's very small. And then I found some that was the size of a Danish, like you see my finger next to that one. There was really tiny ones like this too. And that's something that amazes me about Greenland is flowers can be as tiny as what you see in this picture with that mushroom. And even tinier sometimes, because I've taken pictures where I put my earbud next to it and the earbud was bigger than the flower.
You know what? I'm gonna go and get my jar. So I'll be right back.
Okay. And there's this really humongous one.
Oh, yeah.
And then these funny looking ones. And if you notice this green right here, this is a juniper, a ground cover juniper. It's not the juniperous crap, juniperous sinensis, which is the ground cover we have in Florida, but it's very closely related to that one. And these little tiny ones right here, I'll try to make the screen bigger maybe or not. Wait,
Oh, we can see them.
I want you to look at the leaves. See the leaves on this little ground cover? This is a birch.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a so we have one type of birch that grows in Florida, which is a tree. It's the Batia it's got a funny name to it, but the bark peels off of it. It's like papery. And it's the only one that grows actually in Florida because it's too hot for other birch trees. But this is a birch ground cover right here. And there was areas this last time we went, which I'll have photographs of, where the stands of them were big, covered big amounts of land. And then you would find a spot that was the size of a circle where you knew that there was a stand of the ground, not the ground cover willow, but the shrub form of the willow, Arctic willow, and it had died, and all it left was this perfect circle that all you saw was this sand, and what was in it was gone.
Here's the picture of the mushrooms I got.
Me, yeah, hold on, I'm going to spotlight you so they can see this.
So these are the mushrooms I got, but they're a lot smaller than they will be in a little bit. Like there's just, as I said, it's pre-season, but you can see that it's got a really long stem, and then a little bit of a, like you can see that it has a very funnily type of shape.
It's like bean sprouts.
Yeah, like bean sprouts. That's what I was thinking. Golly, they're tiny.
And here's the yellow chanterelle. So this is the basket my friend got to take with her. So we got the yellow chanterelles, we got the black trumpets, we got some other mushrooms, and there's other mushrooms underneath here as well. She likes all of these weird ones. I do like these ones, like you just butter fry them and put them on a toast, a piece of bread. But that's the only thing I use them for. And I have no idea. Like these black ones, they're mess to clean. And they just look scary because eating something black, it's like they might be, So I'm not too fond of that. And I'm just gonna switch my camera around so you can see the actual how much mushroom did I have after it dried? Because it's kind of a big jar.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And they really shrink when they dry down. But you can see that you can still see them exactly like they looked in the basket with the stems and the hats. But
so after you dry them, how long can you keep them?
Oh, they're good for like over a year.
Okay.
Like this.
So
you just need to make sure that they're like really dry.
Okay. So are you freeze drying them or are you dehydrating drying them?
Dehydrating. I have a big dryer. It's like a bunch of racks and then there's a little fan and a little heater. So they're slowly dried. So I was out Sunday and I put them in the dryer Sunday evening after I cleaned them. And then they were in the dryer overnight and I got them out about lunchtime the day after. So not 24 hours, but almost.
Cool.
So yeah, as long as they're like crisp dried, they stay good. You just need to make sure that they stay dry. So there's these little bags of, you know, you can get in when you order stuff, there can be this little bag that soaks up any moisture. You can put one of those in to make sure that they keep dry, and then they stay good for a long time.
Okay, gotcha.
But you do occasionally need to open it up, just to like air out, like get some new air in. It's some trick that my mom taught me. They stay better longer if they get a little bit. I don't know why that is, but she says it and it works. I'm just trusting her. She's done it for a lot more years than I have.
So someone named Jessica's Dumpster Girl says she can't stay long, but hello there. Hi, Teresa Louise. Welcome, welcome. Teresa, I was in your live until I had to leave for the live. Stitch Me Up Laney is here. Hello. Let me see here. Donnelly, she says we have street festivals and anything vintage is always the top sellers. Laney says she's crocheting hexagon Afghan. I want to see that, by the way. So share it over on my Greenland Quilter Facebook group because I would love to see it. And you know, Amanda, you can share some of your work over on my Facebook group too if you do Facebook.
Just I have Facebook.
Yeah, some people don't use Facebook, and I haven't figured out a way around that yet. Cheri and Cheri of Cheri Yurton Quilting Life or Quilting World, she set up a room on her Discord where people can post in there if they want to. And also Sean's done the same thing of the guy who quilts. No, the guy who sews, sorry. He set up a room on his Discord. So if some of you are not Facebook users, I will try to post over on my community tab the links to their Discords. That way you can share pictures over there because you'll see where my name is on there. So,
Kitty,
yeah,
am I still spotlight?
You are, and thank you for reminding me. I'm really bad about forgetting to turn that off. Look who's in the. Oh, she just wake up.
Yes,
Andi?
She did. Hello.
Why are you doing this to me?
Well, she's scared of the thunderstorm.
Oh, that's what woke her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, some dogs just don't do well. We had the dog I moved over here with. She was like that. She was. Oh my goodness! Look at the name of this person's channel name. Pescatarian Gardener. Welcome, welcome. She says she has red mushrooms growing in her yard, but she's not sure if she can even touch them.
Red mushrooms with white dots on them? Stay away.
Yeah.
We have those here. They're pretty, but you should not eat them.
You mean like the typical cartoon mushroom?
Yes.
Like when you watch the Smurfs, like back in the day, that's how the mushrooms were red with white dots.
Yes.
So weird that you're gonna like the primary mushroom color that they put on kids' cartoons is the one you shouldn't eat.
Then Donnelly says, I cook microwave, but put on a fancy plate. And then, hey, Jennifer, welcome, welcome. And then Joe says, it's all about the fancy plates. And then Donnelly says, I make a hell of a no-bake cheesecake too. Really put on fancy better plate. And Joe says, cheesecakes can go onto fancy plates. I don't put my cheesecake on a fancy plate. Donnelly says, Katie getting ads during your live. Why do you, yeah, let me go look. I might have forgot to turn something off. Sometimes I forget when I'm tired.
Those mushrooms that are in Super Mario too. Very, very popular. Red mushroom.
Here, monetization. Oh, yeah.
I really like the color that you're using now, Chaunda. That really has a pop to it compared to the other colors.
I know, I know. I wish the whole blanket was more like that, but it is what it is.
But you're gonna have a bunch
I
of
know.
different colors.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be beautiful.
It's gonna be a lot of different. I think it's 11 or 12 different colors.
That's gonna be nice.
I've been having a bit of a FOMO lately. The designer of the mandala madness that's behind me, she started a new mandala sew along, and I'm like, I really want to do it, but I'm like, where the hell am I going to have time for that? Because I'm so swamped right now.
Do you
Yeah.
know the name of the pattern?
No, but I can go over on Facebook and find it because it's beautiful. It looks like it's going to be lots of fun. She
Scrappy
started,
is a nice thing too.
yeah,
The pattern's a bit much for me at this stage in my life, but it's a beautiful Afghan.
yeah. And this one I'm working on right now, it's just going to be really small. And I've been thinking maybe I'm going to go through my stash because I'm pretty sure I have enough soft red heart that I could probably make a really big Afghan. And I'm thinking about making an Afghan that's going to take me, several months to just slowly, grind through. Take my time, don't stress about it, kind of thing. Do a slow burn.
You got a thingamabob from Cheri.
Cheri, thank you so
Hey.
much. She just gave me thank you so much. She says, congrats on your 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, hon. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I am blown away about that.
Yeah, you should be. So I need some good suggestions for patterns. Speaking of patterns, I have
Does
this.
Let me see. Ooh.
Try one of those. I've not crocheted with one of those types of cakes.
Do you want to know something really funny about this yarn?
Sure.
I got my hands on this very cheap because it's mislabeled. And it's not just a little mislabeled, because what it has, you see, there's nothing on this label. There's nothing, and it says Lion Brand, and then it says just a little bit about Lion Brand, and that's it. That's it. That's all it says. This is not even a Lion Brand yarn.
Really? But it's got
Yeah.
lion brand on it?
Yes, this is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Super Saver. So somebody slipped a. Oh my god!
Made in the same factory, I guess. But yeah, I have 10 skeins of this. I have no idea about how much that is since there's no information on the label, but I have 10 of this. So I'm assuming I have a good blanket amount of yarn here, but I don't know what to
You
do.
got a couple if you got Red Heart Super Saver.
Yeah, I got 10.
That's like 2 blankets. Is that the 14-ounce skein or the 7? I can't tell.
I can't tell. They're about the size of my face.
Oh yeah, that's probably the jumbo skein then. So yeah, you could get 2 blankets out of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe 3, depending how big they are.
And because it was the wrong label, can you give me a guess? What do you think it cost?
$2.
For that,
10 skeins of this.
when did you buy it?
Oh, just recently.
So recently. Okay, so.
But I got it from a company in Denmark. But like, just that doesn't make it a difference. It would cost me, I want to say I had an 80% discount from the original price.
So, okay, so how about you might have paid either $5 US dollars or either 10 US dollars, one of the two.
Per skein or in total?
Total.
In total. Is that wrong?
I paid about $30, so that's $3 a skein, but that was 80% off. So you can imagine what it would cost for me to get them normally because
Yeah,
it's
'cause they've
due
gone
to
up.
export, the import taxes and whatnot, there's added fees. So it's not easy to get this to Sweden. And this is a company that is based in Denmark, that has these, like it's kind of an outlet type of place. So they have some weird stuff there. They just buy in bulk, random, they save yarn by factory mistakes. and resells them. But that $30 for 10 skeins, I want to say that's a pretty good, because I never stumble over deals that's this good here.
That's not bad at all.
That's a great deal. The cheapest you could get them here would be $7.50 each.
Yeah, and I paid about $3 or less than $3, to be honest. Less than $3 a skein.
Excellent deal.
Yep, definitely a good deal. Did you guys see where well, maybe the y'all that live in the United States might not be aware of this, but Wool Warehouse is no longer going to be shipping to the United States because of the tariffs.
I did see that on their, I thought I saw that somewhere. I don't know if it was on their website.
Yeah, and then I saw recently there's some more companies that are on this side of the pond that have stated they will no longer be shipping. And then, do you know what I stumbled onto today from our own local postal service? It stated that if anyone sends a package from Greenland to the United States and it costs more than $100, it will get sent back to Greenland.
They've had this conversation for a little bit now, since pretty much the whole whatever the time ran out, and they're gonna add, I don't know the wording of all of that,
Well,
but it's been a few weeks.
Yes,
There's been
there's one.
The postal services in Europe suspended anything but letters. A couple of places. There's some places that still ships to the US, but something that is needed that US Customs is putting, if you want to ship something to the US, that will have all of these tariffs and whatnot added to it when it gets to the border, instead of getting stuck in customs and risk getting shipped back, because that's what we want to avoid. The company over in Europe need to add all of that on top of their selling price. So instead of it being paid when it arrives to a customs for the customer, it's just going to be added to the price, and the companies over here will have to send the money over to the US instead of the other way around.
Well, I've been having trouble being, with trying to get mail out of the country since January, because we had bad weather, and it was 3 months of bad weather where there was no mail coming in and out of where I live at all. And now Greenland's main postal company has closed down post offices in smaller towns and villages and settlements, and our town is one of them. They shut it down in. So now our mail is going to the local grocery store. And when I ask how do we send mail out, no one seems to have an answer.
That's frustrating.
And it is frustrating. And when I did send mail, like if I wanted to send the kids a gift, I'd made them something, it was cheaper for me to mail out than it is for, me to have things sent to me. So it was no big deal. But then I read that thing on Deuces today, and I'm like, oh my God. So if you put more than say it's worth more than $100 US, they're going to turn around and send it right back. They're not even going to bother to send it.
Yeah, but the receiver will have to pay whenever it gets to them as well.
Well, from what I read, this is gifting I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, they have even gifts. They're putting tariffs on gifts. That's why no, they're putting tariffs on anything and everything. That is why the postal service here has stopped sending packages and only does letters.
Yeah.
Envelopes.
So
if
now you guys
envelope they will.
Yeah, so now y'all know how hard it's going to be for all of us for right now. So
hey Kate, remember that star blanket I was working on?
Yeah.
I finally finished it.
Did you? You want to show it?
Yeah, I gotta go get it from the living room because I'm already displaying it. Hold on, I forgot about it. I'm gonna grab.
Oh yeah, I was wondering where you were on that because you had a little bit of a, what did you call it?
I got a little pattern fatigue or project fatigue.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it just started pouring here, so in case you guys hear lots of pelting.
Right now we're not hearing anything.
Okay.
The Zoom really does take care of a lot of background noise. Even though I'm running the Zoom, it does take care of a lot of background noise on your side. You'd practically have to have your microphone up against something. Ricky says the whole tariff thing is just a nightmare.
Yep.
Hi, Quiltanon, how are you? So yeah, I'm a little distressed by all this because I'm wondering. I've been waiting on my fat quarter shop. I needed something for a project, and I finally broke my fabric fasting and bought some 6 yards of fabric because I need it for a background because it requires 5 yards and 5.5 yards, something like that. And the package has been sitting in Denmark since September the 5th, and here it is the 16th, and it's still not here in Greenland, and I have no idea why. It shows it put it in the bag that is supposed to be going to Nuke, but that's as far as it shows where it's at. Nothing else has happened since then, and it's kind of freaking me out because I really need it for a project I'm going to do. And no, I'm not going to tell you where the project is yet.
What color's your background?
Huh?
What color's your background?
It's a white, actually, it's white with little, I mean, you could barely tell that there's flowers dotting the fabric. Yeah, it's very, it's not in your face kind of, the flowers are not like in your face, but they're really tiny. So when you look at the overall pattern, once it's all sewn in, it'll look like white unless you're standing right up close to it. Because I wanted a little bit of texture to that background. And the background is by Corey Yoder. So hang on, let me see if this let me see if that particular background's in this Jolly Bar. Hold on a minute.
Hey, Katrine.
I might be able to show it to you. And if I could find some, I was trying to find something similar, and the only reason I jumped on this particular one was they were out of yardage of this one by her, but they had 2 pre-packaged 3.5 yard it was a 3.5 yard backing package. And when I called Fat Quarter Shop, I said, because I didn't want to order it and then find out they didn't have it because it wastes my time, not to mention it locks up money until they, refund it. And so I called him. I said, do you actually have 2 of these? And she said, yeah, we do. She says, what do you? I said, I need it for background. I need 5 yards and I'll have to buy 2 of these. She's like, well, yep. And she knew as soon as she saw the name of the fabric that they were out of the yardage. But this is what it looks like, Chaunda.
Oh, that's okay.
And but you notice how when I pull it away, you really can't see that much of the design.
Yeah.
So when I do all the blocks, this is going to be like the background. You're not going to really be, your eye's not going to be pulled to that.
Yeah, it'll give like some dimension to your quilt, but without taking.
Yeah, exactly. Here, let me spotlight you so you can show your finished project.
This thing is big now, so.
I knew it was going to be big because you were using worsted yarn on it. Hey, it really came out great. Look at that. That's awesome, Chaunda. Yep, and it does cover you. Look at you.
I wanted something. That's why I made it so big.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Like I need to lose 100 pounds or something so I can make small things.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's beautiful.
It's lovely.
Ricky says, what company is shipping it? It started out as can't think of the name of it, but they go from there to Ascendia, and then Ascendia A1 sends it to the United States Postal Service, and then it changes to the United States Postal Service, and then it it's on its way after that.
Does it go over from Denmark? Wouldn't it go from Denmark to Greenland though?
Yeah, it shows that they put it in the bag, so it should have been here already, which means either A, it's still sitting in Copenhagen at the airport, or B, it's sitting in Nuuk and they haven't bothered to scan it.
Oh, that could be a thing.
I mean, because that does happen sometimes. If there's a lot of bad weather in Nuuk, things get put on the back burner when they're having to house travelers. A lot of times they'll get the travelers to their destination once flights start back up, and all of our mail will stay backed up for weeks because of that. So that could be what's going on. And I can't track it because they're not scanning it when it got into Greenland.
Huh.
If I saw it scanned and it says it's in Nuuk, then I wouldn't be sitting here worrying about it, you know. I just wanted to hurry up and get here so I can start this project because I want to do a project.
Well, you just have to hurry up and wait.
Yes.
Because I don't have a color I really want to use in the house. I mean, I have white background, but none of it's going to be beautiful with that, you know. Let me see here. Donna said, wait, Joe wants to know what Donna's channel is. Donna, you can type exclamation selfie to share your channel link. Katrine says, and I hope I said your name right. It's either Katrine or it's Katrin. Which is it?
Well, I usually say Katrine, but that's the more Swedish pronunciation. I think she's fine with either.
Katrin. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Is it Katrine or Katrin? Let me know first. Yeah, because I don't want to misspell or mispronounce people's names. She says that tariffs have fouled up shipments. Let me see here. Wait, Chaunda. Ricky says that is stunning and it looks so cozy. Joe says beautiful, Chaunda. Jennifer says that's beautiful. Andrea says awesome, Chaunda. Way to go, lady. And then Ricky says, oh dear, that sounds like a mess. If you order from Rito, they have staff shortages. Yeah, I don't even know who Rito is. Or
that's a yarn company.
Okay. Yeah, this is relating to fabric. Hey, Mary G. And she says, awesome, Chaunda. Nanita says, that is really pretty. Chaunda wants she wants the name of the pattern for that.
I just dropped it in the chat.
Okay, got you. I have a feeling it's Katrin, not Katrine. Could be wrong. Anyway, she says, I'm seeing lots of pretty on the screen. And we're caught up. All right. And those of you.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to mention, y'all, if you haven't voted on the poll, you need to go there. And please don't go look it up. Take a guess.
I always say discombobulated.
Discombobulated. You said it right. And I like that word. It's the coolest word ever.
I'm so basic, so I treated myself to some new Crocs for my birthday. Waiting for them to come. I got some high-heeled Crocs because I'm a short person. I'm only 5'1".
Oh, wow.
I do miss having a little heel, but I can't go back to wearing real shoes because I have not worn a real shoe since like February of 2020.
Right.
And so then I wanted some cute little accoutrement to go with my new Crocs. And so I found these custom little Croc gibbets. Little crochet ball and some yarn, some scissors. And I'm like so excited. I'm waiting for them to come. Little measuring tape. So I'm waiting so I can put my little charms in there. And I'm like,
oh, that's a cute one.
Then there's some little thread spools in different colors. There's the thimble and some little I guess these are supposed to be buttons.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so basic that I'm like so excited about this. So when you guys were talking about shipping, I was like, oh, let me check and see when my Crocs are coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you know, I bet a lot of people are
Ordered them
not
all
aware
for
of
birthday,
all
and they're
the
still, they just shipped them out like yesterday.
yeah. But I thought it would be a good idea for Americans to know this too, because you know, people in the United States order from Wool Warehouse and some stuff from the UK they order from there, and you know, a lot of things affect this tariff stuff's affecting all of us.
Have you heard anything about Love Crafts? Because that's the
No,
one I do order from.
no, not yet. And the website that Amanda gave to me, they haven't. Well, it doesn't. I think I saw they're not shipping to the United States too, but they're still shipping.
Hobby? They are.
They're still shipping to Greenland though.
Yeah, well, Hobby is still shipping because they have added the tariffs in their prices on the
Oh, do
website.
they? Okay,
That's
got
why.
And it was like $30 for a $50 shipment.
Yep.
All right, that makes so much sense.
yeah.
So everything, like you actually see the prices with the tariffs on there, and people are like, "Oh, but it's so expensive." Yeah, but it's not the company it's not the yarn that's expensive. It's the tariffs that's added to it. And if it's not added there in the shop, it's just going to be added when it arrives to your border, and you know, you just know upfront how much you're going to have to pay. So people can make more informed decisions whether they want the yarn or not. And I know that there's people that has ordered the yarn with the new prices just because they want the yarn. And some has opted to not do that, which is, you know, it's just easier for everyone.
Yeah, it's easier always.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's better to be educated about what's going on around you instead of stumbling onto it and then get all feisty and assume the worst, when if you just looked it up you would know, well, it's because of one person.
Good night, Rikke.
Have a good sleep, Ricky.
Night.
Coming. Oh, I have some news for you guys.
Ciao.
So Denmark is about to spend 1.6 million Danish kroners, I think. And here's what it's going to be paying for. It's going to pay for additional health care for the Greenlanders who live in Denmark. And our port here in our town is going to get a bigger, deeper harbor for ships to get in and out of. That mean, you know what that means? That means jobs, the ability for ships to get, you know, the bigger ships to get in here like they need to. And the other thing is, and I cannot say the name of the name of the town, so I'm going to go look up the name and then I'll have Nikolai pronounce it. I cannot pronounce it. Let me find a map of Greenland so I can
Point it out to him.
tell me how to spell it, honey. Letters, please. ITT, right?
Yep.
O.
Yep.
Then what?
Q.
Q. Oh, there it is, right there. Look. Okay, wait, don't run off. I'm going to post the name of it in the chat, and then he's going to pronounce it. And then I'll tell you why this is important. Here's how it's spelled.
Oh my God, that isn't a word. That's just a bunch of letters that
Somebody stepped on the keyboard or something.
So, say it to them.
But I can make it understandable to say eat, duck, cut, or meat. That makes it easier. And I even have a little cartouche out of it too.
You'll have to share the cartoon so we can see it.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good idea, baby. So here's the deal with that. They actually have like a gravel runway there, but there's been a lot of hot topics about how the East Coast is being left out of all of the bringing Greenland into a more modern way of doing things, you know, with the new international International Airport and all these other things, they kind of been pushed off to the side a little bit. Nothing's been done there. They're getting a new runway, and Denmark is going to pay for both. So we're getting a new harbor, they're getting a new runway, and our runway will be finished sometime next spring, unless there's a debate on, we would like to put 500 more meters on the end of that runway. And if they do that, that means the runway is not going to be finished when they planned on finishing it. So I don't know if that's still a thing or if it's just a discussion, but they wanted to make it longer so they can land bigger birds. Then they can, right now it's long enough to land a 737 and those size planes like that, but they want it to be a bit longer so they can land even bigger ones.
Well, that
Like
isn't a
Airbus
bad
or
thing.
Yeah. And then this week, yesterday, we were listening to F-16s buzz us.
Hey.
Huh? Oh, you sent the, okay, so I can share that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on a minute.
It's a funny cartoon. So.
It's a little cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll share it with them so they can see it. So they're doing military maneuvers around Greenland. Is this on X?
Yeah.
I don't have access to X,
Okay.
remember? I don't, yeah, and I won't either.
I don't
Okay.
have it either.
I don't have
No,
it
thank
either.
you. I have no desire to be on X. So Nuke's been having maneuvers, Kangaroo Walk's been having maneuvers, and down here in South Greenland the same.
All of them in your
Facebook group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, most of them are probably. Can you actually post a video there?
I can put that in the community tab.
But it'll still take them to X, right?
No, I can copy that picture.
Oh,
Put it there.
yeah, copy the picture and then I'll share it with them. It looks, wait, I missed something. Sorry if I'm lagging behind. Trees and weather are messing with connectivity here, says Catherine, I think. Then she says Greenland.
No,
Wait.
she said it.
Trying to contact Greenland. That's funny. How many cats do you have?
Oh, she has a bunch of cats and she has a bunch of foster cats. She has, when I was live, she was talking about, she has a tub, an old wooden tub that you can use to have a foot bath in, to just soak your feet. And she had a half a dozen kittens sleeping in that one. She usually has it as like a yarn bowl, but it's, you know, but now she didn't want to add the yarn in there because yarn on top of kittens isn't a good thing.
Not.
Oh, because they'll be having them a heyday with all that yarn.
No, she has a bunch of cats of her own, and then she fostered, and she took in one that was pregnant, and that's just a few days later it just popped. So she has a litter of kittens.
Aww.
And yeah.
Aww. Little baby kittens.
So I don't remember how many kittens is in her house right now, but there's a bunch of them.
Let me know when you got the picture sent, babe.
I'm just happy she's back home from the hospital. She's been in the hospital for a few days.
Aw.
Men.
But now she's back home again to play with the kitten, so all is good.
Yeah, that'll make anybody better.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yarn and kittens.
Exactly.
I'm allergic to kittens and cats.
I'm allergic to. Highly.
Okay. Put this here so I can make it bigger, and then I will. Oh wait, I forgot there was this. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen with y'all so you can see this, and then he'll read it to y'all. It's pretty funny. Someone let me know when you can see it.
I can see it.
Okay, so I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger.
They make you blow it up.
Reads it, I think. Yeah, here we go. It's blown up. Okay, y'all ready?
Well, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but can you pronounce the name of this city right here? It's a bit long, and he's pointing on the Greenlandic map. And there you see the word. And here's the answer.
or chore.
Eat duck door meat. Oh, that's a good one.
There's a town in New Zealand that has a ridiculously long name. I don't know if it's like what is the world's longest city name or village name, but the New Zealand one is epically long and it's pretty much a whole story. And I stumbled across, I think it was like a short video or something, where there was a song with the town name, and like just seeing the, yeah, it's so much fun. Like someone standing at the sign with the name of the, pointing out as he walks down the sign name because it's long.
Is it kind of like the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
Yeah, that's short. What you just said is short.
Even though the sound of it sounds so atrocious. Oh, you just put a song in my head and it's going to be playing a loop in my head.
Sorry. Earworm.
And if I stumble across it again, I'll send it to you because it pops up now and then in my shorts.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah, and it's extra fun because my mom, she goes to New Zealand like a couple of times a year. And I was like, are you going to go to the city name? Like, are you going to take a picture with the sign? And she's like, well, it's on the other island. And I haven't been on the other island. I was like, well, are you going to go to the other island? Because she's been down there like 3 months. One time she was on 5 weeks this summer. And she's going to spend like 4 months this winter down there. It's like, are you going to get yourself a picture with that sign? Because I want to see how big you are compared to the sign, because how far back would someone have to take a picture to get the whole sign in frame, and then my little tiny mom next to that? It would be hilarious to see that. So I was like, can you go there, please?
Yes, want to see.
Lori says, hey, Lori. She says, you ladies have fast fingers. And then Catherine says, I have 4 cats and 9 foster kitties. And then Jennifer says, we just had someone drop off a kitten by our house. 3rd time we have had a stray dropped off. We are full now on pets. Y'all don't want to know what happens to kittens here. That's why there's not very many cats here. There's cats here, but those that actually have cats living in their house have them on birth control, the females. But any of them that are outside running around stray that end up having babies, the law of nature occurs when it comes to kitties. Robin says, have to go. My son and grandson are here to mow the yard. Okay, Robin, thank you for hanging out with us. And then Catherine says, I got a new mom and 5 kittens yesterday.
You got more? No, okay. She said it keeps splitting her comments. She's got 19 fosters and 10 of them are babies.
Wow. A lot of cats.
So 4 of her own and 19 fosters. That's 23 kitty cats.
That's a lot.
We adopted a little kitten. It was about 5 weeks old a long time ago. And when she got to a certain age, she wouldn't even let us pet her. She would literally growl at me and Nikolai. And I'm like, I'm just not going to have an animal that's going to growl and try to bite me. But now his mother, on the other hand, could touch her, which was the strangest thing I'd ever seen. But I think because she was I think the problem was that she was a feral. So they're a little bit different temperament than regular domesticated cats.
Oh, yeah.
What is the law of nature, says Denise? Do I really have to say? Let's just put it this way. The kitties don't make it to adulthood.
Out in the wild, or they just you're not allowed to keep them?
You're not allowed to keep them. So if you don't do it yourself, then You take it to the commune and the commune does it.
But that's the, like, you have cats there. How do you get more cats if you're not allowed to? Do you have to purchase them from outside of the country?
They bring cats from outside the country just like they do dogs, but there is a law that says that you must fix your females. Some people will put their cats on birth control and then not, because you can actually give a cat a birth control pill, which I didn't even know was such a thing. And there's times when you can't get the medicine, so your cat is open. And instead of keeping your female in the house, you know, because she can come and go in and out of the house, she ends up pregnant.
But I still don't get it. Like, you're allowed to have cats and you're allowed to have dogs, but you're not allowed to breed them on the island. That's what doesn't make sense.
You're not allowed to breed my Dachshund. But listen, I have a different perspective on dogs and cats. That's probably not along the same lines of most people. Yes, I buy a purebred Dachshund, and I've bought all of my adult life. I've had purebred German Shepherds, and some of them were females and males in the same yard together, but my bitches were all fixed. And because I don't believe just because I go and buy a purebred dog gives me the license to breed. I don't believe in doing that. And so I've chosen to always spay my dogs or either neuter my dog if it's cheaper to neuter the male and keep the female. It's better if you do the female because it keeps the attraction of dogs out, from the neighborhood from showing up.
But it still doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you be allowed to keep pets if you can't breed them? You have to bring them from far away, and that's more expensive than, I totally get that it's not the biggest place, and there's, I guess, a risk of inbreed in some way, but that's like...
There is already inbreeding because not everybody follows the rules and spays their females when they bring them to this country. There's 2 male dogs in this town that probably has more puppies than any other male dog in town because they all look like the 2 of the male dogs, all of them. Even though they're breeding these people's purebred dogs.
Yeah, the only thing that we can breed pure dogs is that.
The only dogs that are allowed to actually breed is sledge dogs, and that means sledge dogs north of the Arctic Circle. No domesticated dogs are allowed north of the Arctic Circle. If a sledge dog ends up south of the Arctic Circle, they can never go back to the north of the Arctic Circle. It's the same law like Iceland has about Icelandic horses. If the horse leaves the island, he can never come back.
Interesting.
So I know that Nuke has a dog population problem right now, but they don't have. It's sad because they have a law, but they don't have money to police it. And I can't live without a dog, but I'm not going to adopt one of these dogs running around here because I'm pretty sure that it's a brother of a brother of a brother of a brother. No, thank you. I don't want all the issues that comes with it.
Right.
I've only ever had one mixed breed in my well, no, 2 actually, because Ichi was a mixed breed. When I brought Ichi here, Ichi was already spayed before I ever brought her here because when she turned 2 years old after her second heat cycle, I had her fixed, but she was 75% mini Dachshund and 25% Jack Russell Terrier. And the only reason I had her with all them big dogs is because one day my daughter comes home and she says, this is when Florida was on fire. The whole entire state was on fire. She comes home and she says, Mom, you got to help this dude that has all these puppies on the ground that's in the middle of the Osceola. I'm like, why? Because he has all these puppies. I'm like, so? But he's moving in with his sister because they're being evacuated and she can't handle all these puppies in her house. And I'm like, what kind of dog? And she tells me Dachshund, a mixed Dachshund. I'm like, and I told her, I said, we already have 4 big dogs. Why do I need a little dog? So going and I finally, after lots of her talking to me about it, I went and looked at the puppies, and I saw Ichi, and I'm like, oh my God, she's so tiny, you know.
That dog is your traitor.
She was a traitor, all right. And so I ended up bringing her home. And then the reason I call her a traitor is when you know, all of us parents experience empty nest at some point. So the youngest one, my daughter, got in the Navy and she went off to boot camp, and that meant that my house that usually is Grand Central Station went to being quiet and nobody being there. And I had Largo, the German Shepherd, outside, and Ichi stayed inside with me whenever, and except because I couldn't leave her outside because she'd just take off. And she would go follow her nose. I think she would go rabbit hunting is what she was doing. And but she got where she wouldn't let the electric man in the yard. It's hilarious. She was only like 10-pound dog. She's nipping the electric man on his ankles. So anytime anyone would come over there, she would do that. But the German Shepherd would just roll his eyes and go back to sleep, you know. And so when Nikolai came for his second visit, I think it was, no, first visit, I told him I needed to go home and feed the horses and the dogs and the one cat I had at the time. And so we went walking in the house, and I told him where the living room was at, and I had to go to the bathroom is what it was. And while I'm in the bathroom, I'm thinking, why do I not hear Ichi barking, which disturbed me? And I'm thinking, and I'm freaking out because I'm thinking she slipped out the door unbeknownst to me because she was good at doing that. And I go walking out in the living room, and I'm about to ask him, I said, did you see the little dog? And she's sitting in his lap, licking his face. So this dog wouldn't let anyone else in the house, was sitting there licking his face. And I'm like, oh my God, you little traitor.
Yep.
He knew good character when she met him.
Some dogs are like that. There's, you know,
Sylvia? Yeah.
Some breeds are like they scare you to not enter. And some other breeds, like I've heard this many times about Rottweilers. They'll let you enter, but they're not gonna let you out.
Right.
You're free to enter, but you're staying here with me now.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To answer Denise's question, I have to think about this for a minute. Right now we have no veterinarian. We haven't had a veterinarian since after she spayed Nora for me, and I've had Nora almost 7 years. So she's about to turn 7 in December, and she got spayed a year later.
So if you'd order, because that's pretty much what you have to do, you'd have to order an animal from overseas, and you don't have a vet, so I guess you'd have to have it fixed before it gets there now.
No, you can take it to Nuke and have it fixed.
Okay, so there is places.
Yeah, there's a vet in Nuke, just not in my town. But when I brought home Nora, we had a vet, and she was from Denmark, and she was really good actually, especially with Coda. Most people are so frightened of big dogs, it's crazy. But she wasn't afraid of him. And she turned out she went to Nuke because she was sick. She was having trouble, and they diagnosed her with colon cancer. So we lost our vet, and we have not had a vet since then. So we've been 5.5 years without a veterinarian. So when Coda got really sick a year ago, and remember he passed away last year, we had to do it a different way. I couldn't do it myself, so Torben came over and helped us handle it. And
so I don't know, I might have asked this, but like how long does it take for you to go to Nuke from where you're at?
It's a 2-hour flight. Well, it's 20 minutes by helicopter and then 2 hours by airplane.
1 hour, 15 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was 2.
Nope. 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Well, this goes to show what I know.
Mhm.
15 minutes, my husband says. Well,
Oh.
remember, I rarely fly to Nuke. I've been going to Kangerlussuaq all that
Yeah.
time,
That's just
which is 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Because I would try to avoid going through Nuke to save money, but now Kangerlussuaq no longer is being used for that.
Well, they use it from time to time.
Only when the airport in Nuke is closed.
Yep.
Because of weather.
When they're in trouble.
Yep. Nuke has weather problems constantly. But yeah, there's a veterinarian there, but can we get her to come here, on a regular basis, like 2 or 3, at least twice a year? No. So my dog hasn't even been vaccinated in a while, which bothers me.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about rabies because she doesn't run loose in the town.
Keep an eye on her.
Do you even have rabies up there?
Yep.
Yeah, foxes get it. But she's not allowed to run loose at all, or unless she's on a really long line and there's no chance of her coming in contact with something rabid. But there is other dog diseases that surround them, and I always worry about that.
What did they think about your little trader?
They laugh.
Did you guys hear about Frankenstein rabbits?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw a picture of that. Did they figure out what was causing that?
It's essentially like a parvovirus.
Like it's something that's like been around. Like I thought it was new, but apparently it's like not new.
No.
Catherine says cats can breed fast and endlessly. I know, they're like mice and rats on squirrels. Then Catherine says, I would imagine it keeps them from breeding a feral population. Every Rottweiler I've ever met was an outgrown teddy bear on the floor.
Yep.
And then she says, autocorrect. Roar.
My brother has 2 huge
ever so
Rottweilers.
Yeah. Every now and then you'll see a stray dog here in this town, and they are dispatched. Now in Nuke, they actually have a
The only time
what do you call it where you put dogs that don't have homes?
like a shelter?
Yeah, they have a shelter in they have a shelter in Nuke. But here in this town we do not have one. So they just dispatch them.
The only time you see a dog running around on the streets here is if it has run away from its owner. That's the only time you see a dog here. There's no stray dogs here. There is kind of shelters, but there's very, very, very few of them. And it's just not a thing here. We don't have stray dogs. The dogs that ends up in shelters is most likely because their owners died and there was no one to take care of them, and they only stay for a certain amount of time, and if no one claims them, they will, take care of that situation, or, if they can't rehome them. They only have a certain amount of time for that. But there is no stray dogs here. And the shelters that exist here, they're all like volunteer, nonprofit. Like there's just people that, likes dogs that keeps those going. But we don't have like anyone impounding, that type of thing. That doesn't have, we don't have that here.
Yeah, so one of the rules of this town, besides the leash law, is if a dog bites a person, depending on the circumstances, say the person just come walking up to someone's house and the dog bit them, they might come and dispatch your dog for that reason.
Yeah, it's the same here.
Even though the person was on your, so that's why I always make sure that Coda was never ever in a situation that I would have to defend him, and he wasn't in the habit of wanting to bite people anyway. He wanted to he was a big old teddy bear. Do what?
Forces you to be a responsible pet owner.
Yeah. And I feel like when I spay my female, I am being a responsible pet owner.
Very much so.
Even though she's a pure breed dog, I just don't think that just because you own one doesn't mean you should breed them unless you're doing it as for show or. I mean, she come from show stock, working dog show stock. That's why she's such a strong little dog. And her breeder, the lady that bred the dogs, she breeds them for show, and they use them for sport and for the pretty dog show. But that doesn't mean just because she came from that kind of bloodlines, I should just say, okay, I'm just going to breed her anyway. No,
I agree.
Can't do that. That's not a reason to do it.
Right.
I think you need to know what you're doing. You need to have the space and the time.
Yep.
It's not about just trying to make a quick buck. Like, you shouldn't use an animal like that.
Right.
I don't know how backyard breeders afford to do it, because it's not cheap to bring puppies into the world. Not, by the time you take them to the vet to have them vaccinated and everything else, that stuff adds up.
I don't know how it is for you guys, but here cats and dogs are registered.
Yeah, ours is registered here in Greenland.
We're supposed to, but most
they don't.
Because they make you pay taxes on it.
Oh yeah, we don't have taxes on it, but you have to like make sure that you have either a chip or ear tag tattoo. And all the animals that I've had, I've taken care of them. Like my cats, they pretty much as early as possible. Here's no waiting for, X amount of times that they've been in heat or anything. Here's just like whatever first recommended time of. They're still babies pretty much when that happens here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can spay and neuter pretty early.
Yeah.
Yep.
I found an error. Blah blah. Oh man, I'm gonna.
You gonna frog it?
I'm going. Nope. I'm gonna leave it and just add that extra stitch and go on about my business.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna frog it. No, thank you.
Do it.
Oh, I asked a question earlier, but we didn't really go into that deeply. You said that the designer that made the mandala is doing another like crochet along or something, a new pattern, and I asked what the name of the pattern was.
Yeah, hang on. Let me go look it up real quick because I have to go to the Facebook group to find it.
Mandalas.
It's a beautiful one too, from what I've seen of it so far. I think they might be in the second or third month of it now. And I'm like, I want to do one, but when do I have time to do it?
Right.
Let me see here. I need to go to groups.
Clouds came in. I'm all dark now.
What now?
My room got all dark. A lot of clouds came in.
Yeah, I see that. I was wondering if it was because it was storming outside.
Yeah.
No, she's afraid of the sun.
I'm a vampire. I really need to get another light in this room, apparently. It's really dark in here.
Oh, Minnie came and asked me today. She's like, vampires, they're allergic to garlic, right? Like, yeah, I guess. because she saw the garlic I have in the kitchen. She's like, they're allergic to garlic. She's 5 and she's like all invested in the vampires and
Great.
spooky stuff.
I love it.
Well, she's been really enjoying. There's a Swedish kids show on TV, and she's really liking this host, and she's doing a lot of different kids show things. And she's had a little mini series of making Halloween makeup tutorials.
Oh,
So she's been like, oh, I want to watch Malin. Oh, she's doing spooking stuff, and it's a zombie, and it's a vampire, and it's like all of these fun stuff. It's like, yeah, it's awesome. I have 2 kids that is obsessed with Halloween and spooky stuff. How did I manage this? I don't know, but everything is just spooky and Halloween all year
Oh.
round here, feels like.
Yes.
oh, somebody on this website showing that same color yarn you was showing us, Amanda.
Oh, the green ombre.
Funny. Yeah, the green one. Like we were just talking about that color. Lion brand, it said. And there's also my Lion brand mandala they're showing here. That's hilarious. We were just talking about that. Dadgummit, where is it? Thought it was on Helen's page, but maybe it was the other designer that's doing it. Hang on a minute.
Helen Shrimpton.
Huh?
Is that the one? Helen Shrimpton?
No, her name is Helen Shrimpton or something like that. But it's called, the Facebook group is called Helen's Cookaholics. But it's not on there. It's another one she's doing, but so it must be the other designer that's doing it. Hang on a minute. Let's see him.
Deirdre something.
Yeah, I'll find it in a minute. Or not. Oh my God, there's too many words that have mandalas in it.
Oh, could it be in like is it one of the official sheepies?
No, I don't think so. I just need to find the group it's in because I got the message because I'm in a group that was talking about it.
Light.
Yeah, let me find it here.
So how many of the tentacles did you have, and how many more did you need to make, Andi?
I'm on the last one. Sorry, I was stretching. Swinging around tentacles.
Stretching or just doing some practice cowboy moves?
Now,
You're right. I was practicing my lassos.
Yeah. I bet you need that for your shows. Is there any mechanic bulls out there as well that you're gonna get yourself up on while you're out and about? And
you know, you never know what you're gonna find at the oddity show. So
that's a good one.
never know what we're gonna find. So you on a mechanic bull with a lasso is a possibility. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Never know. You might just
Especially
get
the one before Halloween. You know, people show up. There's always huge snakes too. So
How many of you have been on a mechanical bull?
no.
Out of curiosity, I've never been on one, so I went,
I was a kid, but I have. Well, a teenager.
We don't have that many places that has that here, so yeah, it's not a very common thing. So no, I have never tried it.
My mechanical bull was a bucking horse.
Oh yeah, I've been on bucking horses.
Oh my God, that's just as bad.
You know what's funny is my grandpa was a bull rider.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yep, he was in the rodeos and rode bulls and yep.
And of course, when I mention a mandala, now I can't find the darn thing. Dadgummit. Wait a minute, what's this one?
Hi,
No.
Zaza.
Hey, Zaza. And Amanda, can I get back to you on that?
Sure. I was just like, you were talking about it earlier, and then I just
Yeah, I
wanted
know.
to
I gotta
cycle back
find
to
it.
it.
Yeah, I gotta find it first. So, and I don't want to do it on the live. Wait till after. I'll email you when I find it, and I promise I will look for it because it'll come back across my screen in the meantime, probably with the next month's one because it's a crochet along going on. And I'm like, I'm gonna do that. It's pretty, what I saw of it.
Yes.
Yeah, gummit. When I should never open my mouth until I actually have something in front of me. That's always how it goes. So how you doing, Zaza? I'm I'm not sure if we're going to be working Friday or not. We've had an entire week off. And believe me, I am so glad of that.
Oh, good.
But I also have 600, not to sound like I'm bragging or nothing, but I also have 600 US dollars worth of tips in my pocket now. That
Woo.
doesn't count the Danish kroners.
Party at Katie's. We're gonna go ride some bulls.
Go buy some fabric. No, use it for travel. I'll be right back. I need to take a bio. I'll be right back.
Yep. Don't forget to stretch.
Need to do a bio break. I think you can go outside.
Yeah, stretching is good.
Yes.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Oh.
So is that a pattern you're following?
Yes. So I bought the octopus pattern because I wanted to make the one that everybody was talking about. And I didn't feel like designing my own. But for the jellyfish, I was like, I can make my own big jellyfish.
Of course you can. How many jellyfishes have you made? Of course you can wing it.
A gazillion.
Yeah, I
Plus,
just watched you do a little bit and then I winged it.
exactly.
So all my jellyfishes are totally different because I have no idea what I'm doing and I don't remember what I did last time and I've done a few.
I know, right?
It'll
Well, see, the
be-
fun thing about jellyfish is that you can make them different every time.
There's so many different kinds of jellyfish too. We've seen two or three different kinds of species here in Greenland.
I like moon jellies. They're my favorite.
Wait, the jellyfish. Hold it up again.
That one?
Yeah, the big one.
Well, I have two.
Not the other one. The very colored one. I just thought it kind of matched a little with Katie's top
Oh, yeah,
there.
I just think it.
But then you held up the other one, and it's like a mix of those two would be even more, fitting to match.
Oh, the shirt?
Yes.
I know, isn't that hilarious?
Yes. Oh,
Zaza,
well, here's the other one. I made one out of acrylic yarn to show people the difference in size of the same pattern. You ready?
sure.
Different yarns.
I love
Different.
it so much.
That is crazy, huh?
Little one.
Yeah, look how tiny.
I
Such
love it. I think that's my favorite one of the three of them.
a little squishy wood.
What yarn did you use for that?
This one is just a big twist value.
Oh God, I hate I don't have any big twist in my stash.
I asked Zaza how she was doing, and she said she's in bed. She feels like rubbish. The antibiotics have upset her liver. And and I'm taking my last antibiotic today. And these ones smell so bad. It's like I want to go throw up every time I smell one.
Dude, yeah, I had ones for 10 days and I was like, every time I'd take them 3 times a day, they were making me so sick. I was like, dude, these are gross.
Now these are really
Yeah.
gross.
My system's
These
so
are called Pinamax, and they are nasty.
Yeah, they smell like feet.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, oh, and here's the latest news. Y'all probably see I have another Band-Aid on the same finger, right?
yeah.
Cut my finger again. This is the third time. Only I cut it here this time.
So why are you working on your own hands? You're supposed to work with your hands, not on your hands.
Hey,
I-
Pat, I'm going to release a video for this jellyfish pattern.
Yeah, just do you sell your patterns? And
I
hey,
need
Magic
to.
Crochet. Yeah, you should sell your patterns.
I want to. I'm just lazy.
Wait a minute. Somebody else said something. Hang on a second.
I relate to that so much.
I have books and books full of my own patterns, and I'm just too lazy to put them up.
Wait a minute. I'm about to do. Oh,
I make stuff and I wing it, and then I don't write anything down, and then I sit and say, oh, maybe I should write the pattern, and then I don't do it. So yeah, I don't even do that much. I just make stuff.
Well, see, the thing is I'll design a pattern and then I'll write it down, but then I'll keep making it, and then I'll never like write it, like refer to my pattern. Then if I change something, I'll be like, well,
Most of the time I only make something once and then next. So there's that.
oh, crap. I just pulled that out. Sorry, guys. I just noticed I did a boo-boo. That's why it didn't look right. Because I put one too many stitches there.
right, Robin? That's like the best feeling ever.
And that comment just came after you were juggling the 2 jellyfishes.
There's nothing like the after bra relief. I love that one.
Yep.
Zaza says, or I write it on a piece of paper and then lose it. Oh my God, I do that all the time. Write things down and then it was like the name of this so long. I asked everybody their opinion on what names we could put as a poll, and I wrote it all on a little post-it note. I lost the post-it note. But he finally got a name. Now it's called Katie's Creative Chaos.
Oh, there you go.
So we now have a name. Everybody thinks it's a good name, so we're going to go with that. At some point, I need to go back to doing a post, but I'm just, yeah, there we go. I'm loving the origami dolls, though I'm going to be doing a, wait, did I read that wrong? I'm loving the origami dolls, though I'm going to be doing a lot, says
I think she
Lane.
means amigurumi.
Is that different? Is there?
The amigurumi, the crochet dolls.
Oh, I didn't know there was a different name for that.
Well, amigurumi is like just any type of figure, really. Like
Oh, okay,
crochet
gotcha.
dolls, animals,
Yeah.
creatures.
Cheri wants to know, how did you learn to do your creatures?
Me?
Yes.
I don't know. I just wanted to make stuff, and then I just turned it into stuff, I guess. When I first started crocheting, I would look at books and do stuff from there, but then I wanted to make stuff that I couldn't find patterns for, so then I would just play with what I had learned until it turned the way I wanted it to. So that's how I started like making all my horror dolls and stuff, because that was before there was like a bunch of people doing it. And then I'm like, I don't need a pattern for this. I can make my own. And then so, you just try it out and then test it out. And if it doesn't look right, you undo it and do it again until you get it the way you like it. Just practice.
Zaza says that's a great name, Katie. Thank you, Zaza. And then Catherine says I brought all the yarns and patterns for some buddies, but forgot to bring the polyfill.
Oh no, but you and Miss G can take a little road trip to a store and buy some polyfill then if there's anything close by.
Right.
So Katrine works as home care for this lady, and she gets to do crochet and stuff or knit at work.
While she's working, yeah.
Yes. So now she was planning on making some bunnies or some buddies, like just small little creatures and animals to gift to I think she was talking about bringing it to well, she's been in the hospital and she's been making stuff for the gift shop, so some stuff has been like for the NICU or kids in the hospital. So I think she was gonna do some more of that to donate to the hospital. And since she's doing like she can do it at work, I was like, well, let's get Miss G to help you pick colors and pick out and name the little creatures and all of that. She's like, that's an awesome idea. But now she forgot the polyfill, so I guess maybe the two of you can take a little trip to a store.
I wish they would make cotton polyfill because I would love to own some of that instead of that polyester stuff.
They do have some different types of polyfill, and you can get what are they called? They have ones that aren't polyester based. They have different forms of like the little what's it called? It's not necessarily pellets. They have like the more rubber styles. They have so many different types. So there's many different forms. Kind of like with pillows. There's so many different types. So
Yeah,
a lot of
I would like
well,
it to be environmentally friendly.
well, and they have a lot of that too. It's just going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
And that's gonna so and a lot of people will do that. They will buy pillows instead of buying polyfill and use the pillows to stuff.
Do you know what the most popular thing to stuff here is besides polyfill? What do Swedes use when they don't want to buy polyfill?
What?
IKEA pillows, because of course. What else in Sweden? IKEA pillows.
Is it cheaper by doing it that way?
There's very cheap IKEA pillows. I can't say if it's cheaper. I guess it depends on how much you're using and what type of polyfill you buy. But yeah, IKEA pillows are very cheap. Then again, when you buy polyfill, often it's kind of compacted down, so it feels like the IKEA pillows are like fluffed up.
Yeah.
So you need more.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Exactly, because they do it by weight when you do polyfill, so they pack it to make it a certain weight.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. There are people who make their own. Like I can't remember the name of this person. I watched them. What they would do is they would get all of their old clothes that they were going to donate that had holes and stuff like that, and they would wash it really well. Then they would strip it and make their own fill with clothes, strips of clothes. So I mean, there's different ways you can do stuff to make it more.
It also depends on how much you need.
Huh?
Depending on how much you need, because some people use just like when they sew in yarn ends and whatnot, all like the yarn scraps is being saved to use as stuffing. So
Oh, yeah,
some
I've
people
done
use that.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, I always
But-
throw my yarn scraps into.
But
Yeah.
like to have, if you're gonna give it to kids and have it in the NICU and stuff, then you need to have like clean polyfill and
Right.
yeah. So depending on what it's for, you need to be mindful of if there's any requirements and stuff that's needed.
Right, and I think if you're in the UK, you can't use stuff like that. It has to be all labeled. So yeah, there's some people who do different stuff.
Salsa says origami is paper and origami is crochet. There we go. Thank you for that. She says talk to type is rubbish. Says I just buy poly pillows. It's cheaper than buying polyfill. And then Cheri says, that's right, Zaza. Pillows would work. Yeah. And then Zaza says, you can get wool too. I didn't know that. And then she says, even cushion pads are cheaper here. Polyfill here is expensive. And then Catherine says, lasso work with yarn. And she says, polyfill and pillows run about the same here. And then Andrea says, I used to stuff mine with cotton balls because back in the day, cotton balls were cheap. Is cotton balls
Balls are cheap.
Sorry, go ahead.
If cotton balls are made of cotton, yeah, I would assume that.
Yeah.
Like you, of course, you can get like face, if you're talking about the little round ones you can use to wash your face, there's probably a bunch of them in different ones, but if it states that it's cotton, it needs to be cotton. If it's just like face face pads and whatnot, then it could be probably mixed with something.
But ones that specifically say cotton balls are just cotton. So those might work. Yeah. I never even thought of that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I guess it would depend on the size of your project too.
And then Andrea says she also bought colored knee-high hose and stuffed her cotton in it so that it would not show through. And then Catherine says mechanical bulls do not turn and come after you when you fall off. That is exactly right. Every time I would watch bull riding, I'm like anyone in their sane mind would not want to be. Yeah, I don't get it. I know it's an adrenaline rush, and that's part of it.
I think it takes a special kind of personality to handle something that can, take you out with ease.
Yeah, definitely.
I ain't got that. I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull, but I ain't got that kind of adrenaline.
You're stubborn.
Yep.
What day are you, April or May?
May.
What is your Asian sign?
I'm a ox.
Oh, so you're that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because with
You're
me,
born in the year of the ox.
I was born in the year of the tiger, and so was my husband.
I believe I'm the year of the dragon.
That's
that would
I think that's
that
70s.
was before I knew about my Asian sign. I always had a penchant for tigers to begin with. I had this stuffed animal tiger that I toted around everywhere with me for like 30 years. And then one day I picked it up and it disintegrated in my hands because it was so old. And I hurt my feelings.
wood ox. That's what it was.
I have my Asian, or yeah, I have it here. This is what I am.
What?
Can you tell what I am?
Fire bunny.
I am a fire bunny. I am born in the year of the rabbit, and I am, I guess, fire element, so I made myself a fire bunny.
Robin says adrenaline junkies.
then again, I don't know how Aquarius and Fire Bunny is a good combination, or like how because that's just a totally different thing. Fire Bunny, it has a little fun thing to it, but and then Aquarius on top of that, I have no clue how that works out.
Apparently, you put out your own fire.
Yeah, maybe.
So
Maybe.
cute.
Yeah, but this is Volcania, and she's got green eyes like I do. I'm making another one. It's a big sister to Volcania. It's a bigger size, but that's going to be a Karen. But I ran out of yarn, so I need to get more yarn for her.
Oh, you
Robin
made it.
says hers is in leap year.
Can you tell the difference in size?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
So it's the same yarn and same colorway. It's just different weights. So it's super fine and DK in the same yarn. Just for funsies.
Yeah.
Cheri says, Robin, then it would be the year of the frog.
Oh. It was cold, then it got hot. Now,
Our temperatures are changing here.
yes. Okay.
We're
I
definitely.
actually
Andrea says, I have to go start dinner and feed my bunnies. I will be back in about a half an hour. If you're still here, I will see you then. If not, be blessed, less stressed, and pet some fabric or fiber today.
Yay.
guess we're hugging yarn.
Yarn. Mom looked up with a tentacle.
Y'all, I have been on a I don't know what you call it. I've been sewing up a storm on my log cabins for my star climber.
Oh, yay.
I haven't messed with the stars because I've been on the. I'm like, I need to make a bunch of log cabins so I can figure out, because most of my log cabin ones are going to be mostly cool colors. There'll be like a splash of color here and a splash of color there that is hot, but the outer perimeters of them are going to be the cooler colors, because most of my stars are going to be nice and warm.
Gotcha.
So it should be an interesting effect when I sew it all together. Lainey says, yes, that's what I mean. When I speak into the mic, it doesn't pick it up right. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'll use the voice thing on Messenger when I'm talking to Nikolai, and I want it to type out something, and it picks up words. I'm like, I didn't say that. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, no, I have to, because I hate typing on my phone is what it is.
Right.
On the computer, I
see,
don't mind typing.
yeah, they never understand me.
It's like, it must be something about the
Robot.
way I say something. It's gotten where I don't spell check my Greenlandic words anymore. Thank God. Because I type them so much now. It leaves them alone.
Yeah. I always have to double check, because if I don't double check, it always changes all my words, and I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's, fine if I'm talking to like a family member, but when I'm talking, because now, when you're talking to like business people, you don't realize, because nobody talks anymore on the phone. They all text, and you're like, oh, I should have said that. It changed it. I should have checked that. They're gonna be like, what?
Auto cucumber at its finest. Next
Yes.
level. The voice to speak, or what is it? Voice to text. Next level, auto cucumber.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
have
even
to teach me about my yawning. I can't help it. I go through this 2 or 3 times a day, so just ignore me when I do it. Nikolai's over there snickering about it. Because he knows I can't do a thing about it.
Well, usually I'm not on camera. I actually want yawn a lot too, so.
I don't know. I know, and it's weird. Really? It's only 9:34 and I'm going through one of my little yawning spells.
Hey, at least I can blame it on the fact that it is 12:38 a.m.
Yeah. It's a
I'm
better
allowed
excuse
to.
when it's after midnight doing it. What's mine? Catherine says, I love the way the stripes are working up. That is so cool, Andi.
Oh, the leg. Oh, sorry. I'm double checking this pattern because I just realized something. I think I remember what to do, but
If I don't, I better take the time this week and sew in all these tails, because what's going to happen is I'm going to have too many tails and I'm not going to want to sew them in at all.
I know the feeling. That's why I like to do envelope borders on things that has
Yeah.
like mosaics and stuff. You just
Mhm.
hide them. You just make a border and you hide them.
Well, I'm already going to put a border all the way around it anyway, so I'll be able to hide some of them, but I got to get a handle on them a
No,
little
but
better.
literally check mosaic crochet well, the envelope border by Tina. She has an
Okay.
awesome border for that.
Wait a minute, because I'm going to need to write this down, and you're going to.
I want to say she has that as a part of her Havana crochet along tutorial. So there's a video. Like let me look it up and I can email it to you, the
Okay,
exact,
that would be great.
because she does a border where she kind of slip stitches all the way around,
Mm-hmm.
all the way around the blanket, and then she crochets into the slip stitches on one side, and you have
Yeah.
all the ends and whatnot, and then she flips it over, and then she crochets into the slip stitches, and she makes a border on like a double border. So
Yeah.
it's one up there and one up there, and then she just attach
Oh,
them up at the top, so all the tails are hidden inside.
The lady from Ophelia Talks has a border like that.
Yeah, she probably also, but I've done the one that Tina made.
that sounds like it would be fun to do.
Yes, but you just crochet like slip stitch all the way around,
Mhm.
in a little bit inside. Here is probably not the best way to show that, but like here I put it in just a little bit from inside,
Yeah.
and then you just crochet into it on one side, and then you just go on the other side, because when you do slip stitches like that, or like I guess surface slip stitch, you get something to work into, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, yeah, you get the stitches to work into, and then you do, well, I guess you do the border twice, because you make it on one side and then you make it on the other
Yeah.
side, and then you just single crochet them up the top when you've done a bunch of rows, however tall you want the border to be. Or
That makes good sense to me.
but you can hide a lot in a border like that, all them tails.
Yep. Because
oh
there's
yeah.
I'm gonna have a boatload of them before it's over with.
That's why I do it this way. I am carrying my yarn, so I don't have any tails to bother about other than the
Well,
beginnings and the
I
ends.
carried some of them in, but then there's some down here on the. Before I decided to carry some of them, they're sticking on the end. Well, I should have carried them when I had the chance.
Yeah, I'm working with 3 yarns. So I am just as now I'm working my way over with the blue. And over here on the other side, I will switch to the green that was left hanging and work my way back with the green over to the other side where the pink, or yeah, pinkish purple is left hanging on the other side. So just switch every row.
Hey, Susan, how are you?
Okay, they're all done.
You have a good neck warmer there.
Yes. Ugh, so many.
You know that ceramic bowl that's sitting in the window that's for crocheting with?
Yeah.
Will you grab it because I started this? Yeah, I need to put this ball of yarn in it before it rolls off my table. Because this
Right.
one's, well, I couldn't find I was looking for the middle of this one and I could never find it. Sometimes it aggravates me when they do that. Usually I can find it, but I couldn't find it on this one. So I started on the outside of it and it's rolling around and I'm waiting for it to hit the floor and then it'll be collecting all the thread from off the floor. Because I've been sewing a lot lately. And so I need to vacuum the floor because it's full of thread right now. Susan says she just noticed I was on. Not too bad. It is rainy, but not complaining because we need it. It hasn't rained in a bit. Well, it's good to have some rain for sure, for sure. We got rain the other day, and it rained pretty hard the other day. But day before, a couple days ago, we heard an explosion. It shook the house, so we go outside to see what the heck is going on. And all we could see was smoke coming from the back side of the lake behind the mountain. But we never did hear what was going on.
Oh.
And I'm like, really? Was somebody blowing up rock or did something really bad happen over there?
So not even like the rumor
Yeah,
mill was working and everyone was just
yeah, exactly. No rumor mill. There was pictures, same picture we had. And the question was like, what is this? No one ever answered, so no one must have known what it was. The last time we had a fire, smoke like that at the back, somebody accidentally, or somebody had a campfire going and forgot to put it out or something, and it caught that whole side of the mountain on fire.
Oh.
So the helicopters were putting out a fire that summer because we had hardly any rain that year. Let's see what else is interesting been going on that we can talk about. Anything
well,
y'all's way?
I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to cut it short today. I'm really feeling tired, but I also know that due to circumstances, like normally this would be my week with no kids. But I have to help with my mini me in the morning. So she will be delivered on my doorstep at 6:15,
Ooh,
which
it's early.
is pretty early, but it's not that many hours left until then because I'm already almost at 1 o'clock. So in like 5.5 hours, I will have her here. And I think it's probably a good thing if I get a little bit of sleep today,
I think
or
that
at least try to.
I think that'd be good advice.
Yeah.
I only
Yeah.
have to like pretty much have her here for a bit and then take her to daycare. It's just due to circumstances. Her dad needs to drop her off earlier than daycare has opened. Otherwise, he would just drop her off straight to daycare, but he has to, they haven't opened, so I'm just stepping in and doing the morning drop off. But it is a little bit not very nice to get up that early because I haven't been up at that time of the day in months.
Not on purpose.
So Amanda, can you show them one more time what you're working on and then talk about your channel real quick before you slip out on us?
Oh yeah, sure. So I've been working on this blanket. I don't know how much I've done today, but I've done a fair bit today, I want to say. I think I'm probably due for a color change soon. But this blanket is called the Trio blanket, and it did start in, well, I'm using 3 colors of yarn, and they started in white, pink, and yellow. The white is transitioning up to the blue, or it's a tealish blue, and then it's going to get darker. And the yellow is going to be a mint green, and the pinkish one is turning purple. So we do see the first transition a bit harsher than what we're seeing here. Where is it? Down here. Here's the next transition. So it is a little bit more of a slow gradient fade here. The blue is very, very in your face down here. Because you can't see that the green is kind of melting in here with the yellow actually turned into green a little bit beforehand. So yeah, it is fun though, working with these color fading yarns.
Do you have a
But
name for the blanket you're working on?
it's called the trio blanket, and I don't remember where I found the pattern. But here,
Okay.
here's the yarn, or one of them. You can see that I have white and this blue, and then it's going to turn into this really
Gonna be
dark
gorgeous. Yeah.
later. I'm sorry about the
Okay.
crinkling. So yeah, that's what I've been working on today. But yeah, so my channel, well, let's just, oh, I don't need to do that. I can do this, I can do that, and I can say, hey, instead, because why not? So
Yeah.
my channel, I am the Scraptastic Crocheter. Where is it? Over here. The Scraptastic Crocheter. And I crochet. I mostly do live streams. I am crappy at uploading other type of content because I don't know. I have kids. It takes time. And whenever I have time to sit down and actually record something, I might as well just press the live button and just hang out. And I hang out for hours. I like to hang out. I
Do
did
you
hang
do-
out a little bit before this one, just a little pre-warm up
Yeah.
before hanging out here. What was that?
Do you have specific times of the week you go live?
Oh no. I've been trying to get better at scheduling. And I plan to do live streams this whole week, and now all of a sudden I have to help out taking mini me in the mornings instead of doing my normal hanging out all night because that's, I would be streaming at this time of day. I usually start in the evening my time, and that is morning for most of the people like in the US. Because yeah, that's just, I don't know. I'm a night owl, so I like to hang out in the nights rather than in the mornings.
Hi, Thrifty Crocheter. Welcome, welcome. Well, thank
Hello,
you for coming
Thrifty.
today. We've missed you, you know. Um, I will send you an email and see where you are for next month on your still even weeks, yes or
Yeah,
no?
no, that's the same. That's the same. It's just this period now that I have to help out is about, well, from now in 10 weeks, that is going to be a little bit, however, but I'll figure it out. It's not a problem at all. So it's
Okay.
just, I'm not, maybe not going to be up all night, like,
Yeah, like normal.
yeah. So during this period, I'm gonna have to cut it short, but that's whenever this is done, it should be fine. I hope. I don't know. It's just, you never know what happens. And I feel like everything I feel like I have a plan, it switches. So, because I tried to be like, oh, I'm gonna every other week now, I'm gonna have no kids, I'm gonna be live streaming every day, and then I don't.
Life gets in the way. Yeah,
I just feel like I'm letting people down.
we get it. We all go through it, believe it or
Yep.
not. There's times when I cancel an hour before my live because suddenly it's like, oh my God.
Well, I can't even, get to the point of scheduling because I know I can't do that.
Yeah,
It's
we
just,
understand.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's stay in touch and don't forget to send me that link about the
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
and take care of yourself and we'll see you next month.
Yes.
And
That is
thank you for
definitely going to be
coming.
the thing.
Yeah, we've missed you.
Well, I've missed hanging out. I've missed hanging out. So thanks everyone in the chat. I've seen a lot of people that was hanging out with me earlier that followed me over here. So that's fun to see. And I hope that they all have a great day and everyone else as well. So bye-bye.
See you later, Amanda. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Let's see. Thrifty Crocheter says, good afternoon, evening, everyone. And then Susan. Wait, Rita says, I have been here just listening and putting the backing stuff on her latest quilt. Yeah, okay. So, Rita, you might want to hear about this. I think I figured out you know how I told you that I don't quilt big quilts because I don't have space on my top up here. So when we get ready to move back into the craft room, we're before we move in there, we're going to modify my cutting table, and we're going to take one side of it off and make it a total square like what we have. Well, it's not in a square right now, but it'll be squared instead of it looking like an L. And then put another desk in front of my desk, and then maybe a side table in between my desk and the cutting table, so that I have an extension on this side and in front of me. And by doing that, whenever Nikolai's not using the desk and I want to quilt, then I'll have that space I need. And then I still don't know how to free motion, but I can straight stitch. So I'll probably straight stitch whatever I quilt until I get around to figuring out how to do free motion. Because I don't want to break my machine. But anyway, I thought you would find that, you know, something. So by the time Nikolai leaves, at least maybe we'll have the room completely emptied out. I think we're gonna try to modify the cutting table before he leaves. And I think we're gonna end up, instead of, because we were in Usk a week ago, and we were looking to see if they had any area rugs, like where we bought the one that was in the sewing room, that we're going to have to roll up and figure out how to cover it so that whoever handles the carpet don't get glass in them. We couldn't find any, so we may end up using the area rug I have in here in there.
Okay.
I didn't want to, but well, we'll sacrifice the one in this living room for it. So yeah. I think that's what the plan is. We're just going to use what we got here as far as area rug, because I have one in here, and just move it in there. Lainey says, I love your chats. Don't ever stop. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, y'all have really made me feel a lot. I don't know what to even say exactly, because I don't know if it'll come out the way I mean it to sound. I'm inspired by all the comments that's been made over the last however long, and some of the comments have been made a lot recently because of me hitting the newest milestone. And you guys have no idea how much we appreciate every one of you who sit and watch. Even when I get on one of my little tangents, you don't get mad and disappear and never come back again. You know I don't have them all that often, but you know, it's very easy to offend someone sometimes without meaning to. And since I'm talking about that very thing, when I was tour guiding my last group to Great Greenland, one of the men, most of these were Americans in the group, and one of them came up to me. He says, "Can I ask you some questions?" I said, "Oh, okay." And he says, "Before I ask this question, I'm going to tell you that I'm a MAGA person." And I'm like, "Okay." And I looked, and I stopped, and I looked at him, and I said, "So you want me to answer your questions? So are you going to attack me if I answer them honestly? Because I don't want to have this discussion if he was, you know, because that's not my job." And he says, "No, I would never do such a thing." And he mostly wanted to ask about Greenland and stuff like that. And I made the comment. I said, you know, I don't mind answering questions as long as, you know, people are civilized about it. And you know what he said? He said, "I could not agree with you more. It's okay to have discourse and not treat each other like dirt." And that, it was refreshing to hear someone say that to me. Exactly. Because, you know, when I knew there's going to be questions from tourists. How does Greenland feel about this or that? Or what do they think about what's being said? And does Greenlanders want to be Americans? You know, all these questions always comes up, and there's no way for any of us as tour guides to stop that from happening. Now, our boss tells us we're not supposed to have political discussions, but if a tourist asks us the question, it's okay for us to answer the question and move on, you know. Thank you, Amanda, for sending the link. I appreciate that. But, you know, I thought that, you know, I know sometimes I say things that might seem off, but it's not my intent to make anyone ever mad at me. And I am so happy. How do I drop my type exclamation selfie? Andi just showed you. That's all you got to do. Anytime you come in, you can, any of you channel owners can type exclamation selfie and share your chat. And you know, I just want all y'all know that I appreciate every one of you for being here all the time for me. I appreciate all of you who come and sew and crochet with me on my lives. I appreciate my my moderators, you know, because none of y'all are getting paid to do any of this. You're doing this out of your own goodwill, and I appreciate that. You know, thank you, Chaunda and Andi.
It spelled it wrong.
It spelled it wrong?
My
What spelled?
my
Oh,
phone.
you spelled it wrong. Oh, your phone did. Uh-oh. Why is there messages being retracted? Wait a minute, y'all might be typing this wrong. Hang on a minute, you guys. Something's going on. Let me try this. Let's see. Type exclamation. Yeah, there you go, Blair. That should work. If you have a channel that you know you're a creator. Yeah, see, there you go. Amanda, just type exclamation SELFIE, or what my bot just showed you. I'll get you in the bot this week, though. Yeah, me too, Thrifty. When I was writing my big long thing about saying thank you and all that, I almost left off my channel members. You know, the ones that pay money to be a member. I went back and I'm like, oh no. Because I was all emotional when I was writing it.
Well, yeah, it happens. Oh my gosh, this thing is heavy.
I bet it is getting heavy. And then you got the top to sew on there, and I bet that's going to be even heavier before it's over with.
But it's so.
Katie, oh no. Thank you, Thrifty. I appreciate that. So you know, we do once a month crochet lives on usually the even number. Wait, try that a bit. How can I explain that better? It'll be whichever week has even numbers in it. So when you look at your calendar, so let me look at the calendar for next month. And as long as everybody's not busy during that week, it'll always be on a Tuesday. Unless for some special reason we have to move it. Is this October? Yes, it is. So for October, we'll probably have our crochet along on our crochet live on the 14th. Because that's an even number week. And let me put that on here now. And then I'll email Chaunda and Andi and Amanda to make sure everybody can handle that day.
What day did you just say, Katie? The 14th, you said?
Yeah, the 14th. If it doesn't work, we can have the 28th.
Okay.
Because those are the two even number weeks. Because Amanda has her kids on the odd number weeks. Is that good for you, Chaunda?
Yep, I'm putting it in my calendar now.
Okay, so the 14th.
You know me. It's usually.
And then Blair, wait a minute. Who? Thrifty. My normal lives are which are sewing, making quilts are Thursday, Fridays, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And Saturdays, sometimes I make it 4 o'clock, sometimes I make it 4:30. And speaking of Saturday, Chaunda, Janice says that she's not going to be able to sew with us on that 4th Saturday because she's working on that college stuff.
So Was that the 20?
Yeah, that which would be September the
27th?
which happens to be the same weekend with Eric. You want to come sew with us with Eric?
Sure. Do
It would
that.
it would be me, you, and Eric, and we'll probably be doing a scrappy sew thing. I don't know if you want a scrappy sew or not, but yeah, Janice is working on that PhD, and she says she's swamped.
I can imagine.
She
Oh,
said
yeah.
she has no bandwidth left right now. So she said she's hoping it'll get better in a couple of months. So for right now, she's on the back burner.
Alrighty.
Oh, I want to show you guys. Oh, and Amanda missed it. Dang it. I wanted to show you something. Have you ever seen one of these?
Yarn bowl?
Yarn bowl. Yeah.
So remember when I said I first moved to Greenland that I started out crocheting first before I ever started sewing through Facebook groups. And I don't remember who made this for me, but it was made for me. And I want you to look at the inside of it. This is what you put on the inside, because I had horses before I moved here. And then on the outside, there's palm trees right here with sunset behind it.
So she made something to remind you of home.
Yeah, she did.
That's awesome.
There's palm trees with sunset on the outside and ponies on the inside. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
And it has like an opening here, or it also has these two holes right here, where if you like right now, I'm not going to cut the yarn so I can stick it through the hole. So when you don't cut the yarn, you can run it in between like that.
Right.
But if you want to not do it like that, and you want the yarn to stay turning around, you can stick it through here and pull the yarn through. And she made two holes so that you could put two skeins in here if you wanted to, if they were small enough. It's a yarn bowl.
It's mainly for like yarn cakes.
Yes, for yarn cakes, for skeins that you roll them into balls, and as we all know, when you roll something into a ball, it'll roll off the table or roll out of your lap. That's what this is for. And this is ceramic. She made it, she painted it or drew on it and painted it and then fired it, and then she mailed it to me here. And this is how I have this. And I forgot to show it to you because it's been sitting in the bedroom all this time. And today,
they're expensive to buy.
Yeah, they are. I looked at some in the store and I'm like, gosh, they're so pricey. I have no idea what this would have cost money-wise.
Well, for mine, I spent $25 for an acrylic one, and then I have a wooden one that was about $25 as well.
Me too, but it's too small. So I put other stuff in it.
Like mine's a little bit big.
My yarn ball won't fit in it.
Yeah, let me see how wide this thing is across. This one,
yours was nice and meaty.
Yeah, hang on. Use a different ruler.
Yes,
that marks on it and it teases my eyeball.
The inside of mine is about 5 inches from the inner diameter is about 5 inches.
This one is 6.5. Yeah,
that's way better.
Yeah.
By the time I put all the yarn in there, there's no space for it to move.
Yeah, and it's the depth of it, how deep it is 3.5. So it's a nice ceramic bowl. So you got to make sure you put it on somewhere where it don't get hit, where it don't end up on the floor, because it will break.
Probably run you at least $50.
Probably. And this was, I wish she'd have put the date on here. She did put her name Kate on here. But can I remember which Kate it was? No. Wait a minute, there might be a date on here. Hang on a second. If that's a date, I can't tell what it says actually. I need my phone. Turn the flashlight on. Let's see if it's a date or not. Or it might just be a design she put on there when she signed it. That might be 16, so it would have been 2016. But it has Kate, and then it looks like a 16 behind it. And that sounds about right because that's about when I started participating in sew along or crochet alongs through a couple Facebook groups. Anyway, I thought you'd think that was super cool.
I wanted to show you mine.
I'll show you yours if you show me mine. You've heard that saying before.
Plus, I needed to get the bottom of my octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's about the size of my head.
Yours. Did you make that one through your
My printer? No, but I can make. I have a bunch of different ones I do make in my printer.
Love that color.
That's really cool. I like the color of it.
Yeah, this was a big twist one I got from Joann's when I worked there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It is pretty. Go tell Daddy.
What do you want?
Yeah, but
Scrappy needs to
so
go
yeah, if
tell
you have like an actual cake, it makes it easier to keep it going, and it just like
Yeah, that does make sense because this will definitely hold a cake.
yeah. Oh, there goes the clouds.
That's just saying, there went your light again.
Yep. So yeah, if you do cakes, they're perfect cakes.
Rita says, I took a 2-liter bottle and made a thing to hold yarn, put a hole in it. No, yeah, there was no 2 liters back then here. We're just now having 2 liters around, and they're not exactly 2 liters, they're 1.5 liters. But back
Well,
then,
you
you
can do
could
it with
buy
milk jugs too.
There's no plastic milk jugs here either.
Oh, really?
You know,
No,
a shoebox.
it's a little 1 liter cardboard container. Here, we're going to show you what it looks like. This is the only size of milk you're going to see.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, see? Yeah, there's no plastic involved in this. So every time I go home to the United States, I go and buy a gallon of milk. And then I gorge myself for about 5 days on cow's milk.
well, and out there you just get a box and do the same thing. You could just put your yarn in a box and put a
That's
hole
what I
in
was
it.
doing, was using a box. And then this person, she gifted me this. I didn't ask for this.
Oh, yeah. I could drink that a liter within an hour.
Yeah, my husband can drink a lot of milk.
I could drink that within 30 minutes.
I know, it's like gone in the blink of an eye.
Like each other.
Let me see, there's more comments here. Hey Stacy, look who's here, Andi. Stacy
Yeah.
says, are you making a giant jelly? Yes, she is. And Katrin says, I have been having a great time. Thank you for hosting. Thank you for coming and hanging with us. I appreciate you being here. Cheri says, that works, Rita. Good idea. And then Zaza says, I have a nice wooden one with my name on it, but I've made ceramic ones as gifts in my pottery class. Oh, that's really cool, Zaza. And then Susan says, thanks, Andi. I was wondering what you were making. And then Zaza says, hi, Rita. I hope you washed it. Here comes the sarcasm. And then Cheri says, funny. And then Stacy says, hi to Cheri and Zaza. And then Rita says, haha, Zaza, yes, of course I cleaned it, washed it, and sanitized it, and super dried. And then Zaza says, Rita, can you imagine the sticky yarn? Yuck. Oh, I could. Yeah, no way. And then Rita says, you can also use 1-gallon candy jars or quart jars work also. And then Zaza says, ours were in those or glass bottles. Now it's plastic everywhere. Yeah. What they're trying to do is get away from so much plastic here. And then Stacy says, we have 6-liter plastic bottles here. 6 liters? Wow. I've never seen a 6-liter bottle. That's interesting.
the yarn got knotted somewhere.
Uh-oh. Gotta hate when that happens.
Especially. Ooh.
Yep. With all that, yep.
Yeah. Somewhere.
In about 15 minutes, I think we should like stop.
Okay.
Oh, it's in the middle of that. Oh my God. So what are you gonna do? Start on the outside and work your way in?
Yep.
The other end of it?
Well,
It could be caught on that loose, the other end of your yarn. It could be caught on that.
maybe.
Because
I'm gonna
sometimes
have
I've seen that happen.
Yeah, no, the other end came out, so it's unfortunate.
Rita's too funny. Rita says, but sticky yarn helps keep the project together so you do not have to use glue. And then Stacy says, too much plastic in the UK. It's too much plastic everywhere.
We have way too much plastic here.
Yes. Even
Agreed.
plastic, there's even plastic. You remember me talking about how there is these little white beads all the way inside the sewing room from when the window got busted?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think that was inside the snow. Because they're like very small micro beads. And there's some kind of plastic stuff.
Can it be those little things that come, the little the little humidity absorbers that it came out of something?
It could have if someone had some. I didn't have none in my house. So that means it would have come from someone else's house.
Weird if they
Or out
came.
of their trash can. That's a good question. It came from somewhere. I showed it to Nikolai, and even he was like, where did that come from? We're both, and I know we're going to find more when we start moving the furniture. But it came in when that window got broken.
Did you have any animals or anything?
Huh?
Do you have any like stuffed animals in there?
No, I have stuffed animals, but I only have like 3 or 4 of them, and they were in the sleeping room in a glass container, and my beanie babies are behind plastic, so it wasn't any of that.
I don't know what it could be then.
Yeah, I think it got blown in when all that wind was moving everything in and out of the window. Uh-oh, I didn't need another chain stitch right here. Let's don't do that. It's not supposed to have a chain stitch there.
So last time Chaunda ended up having a yarn barf, so now it's my turn. So who gets it next time?
I don't want to be the next one in line.
I spent like the first like 30 or 45 minutes just trying to get my yarn worked out.
No. That's why I decided not to fight with this one, because I couldn't find the other end of it. And I'm like, I am not getting in a fight with this today. Let's just start on the outside, you know? I really don't like starting on the outside because you can have a train wreck with it. Hey, Tasha.
Hi, Tasha.
What did Cheri said something to Rita's comment? Now think about it. That would be a great channel name. What would be a great channel name? Oh, disco. Oh, we need to talk about the poll. I wonder how many people that would tease if you named your channel discombobulated. Okay, what does discombobulated mean? And here are your options. Option 1 was informed. Option 2 was comfortable. Option 3 was bewildered. And option 4 was recognizant. And I bet I said that wrong. Maybe. Recognizant. That's how it's supposed to be said. Sorry. Now, we had 55 votes. 2% voted for informed. 5% voted for comfortable, 87% voted for bewildered, and 5% voted for recognizant. And the answer is bewildered. So 87% got it right. Tasha says the discombobulated quilter might need to be my new channel name, she said. That is a great name.
Really?
It's about as interesting of a name as Zaza has for hers of the inappropriate quilter. That's actually a great name. I
That's
thought y'all
funny.
would have fun with that word.
Me and Jason always say that. I always tell him, like, when I'm having vertigo, I'm like, yep, I'm discombobulated today.
The first time I heard that word, you were probably a kid when it was used a lot in the media and everything else. When I was a young adult, I think my kids were little. The first time I heard that word, I'm like, oh, I like that word. What does it mean? I went and looked it up. And I'm like, oh, now I'm going to be saying it every chance I get. And every so often I would say that to my kids, and I'd get, Mom, we don't know what that means. And I'm like, don't you have a dictionary on the shelf? Yes, but we don't know how to spell it. I said it 2 or 3 times. Now go figure it out. And they did. They found the word.
You know, that's the thing with that. Whenever I told my mom if I didn't know how to spell something, she's like, well, sound it out.
Mm-hmm.
Sound it out.
My mom too.
Because if you just sound it out, you may not totally get the spelling correct, but you will find it in the dictionary.
Mhm.
You're more likely to remember the word and know how to use it.
Yep. Lynette had a terrible time. She could remember definitions of words. She's a lot like me because I remember what words mean. But I was a good speller, but she was a crappy speller. And she'd come home, Mom, I could never make a good grade on my spelling test. And I said, well, there's one way around that. You're just going to have to write the words 50 times each until you get it. But I said, I know what it takes. It's like writing your timetables. It's very boring. But your brain will remember how to spell it. And she come back after 2 or 3 spelling tests and she says, Mom, you're right. I said, yep. I said, how do you think I learned how to spell Latin names that are 10 miles long, that are a plant name? It ain't just by sounding it out. It's because sometimes when you sound it out, you'll miss some letters that are stuck in there. And you really have to sit and write them a few times and use flashcards is the other thing. Or take the Latin name of a plant and put it on one flashcard and put the common name of the plant on another one and sit there and play match games all the time with it. And after a while, I got where I knew how to spell everything that related to it.
Right.
Let me see. Where's Amanda? Says Stacy. She had to go to bed, but she'll be back next month again. And then Zaza says writing things out really helps. Yes, it does. So isn't it how you spell? I spelled it right up there. You know what's funny is when you get it's and it's wrong. Like it's
like plural in possession.
Yeah. It's red. It is red. But if you're talking about some inanimate thing or whatever, you can easily get them confused.
Right.
Or the your and your. I see so many people write the wrong your when they're talking.
They write the wrong there too.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's 3 forms of there. There's there, THERE. Then there's they are, which is THEY''RE. And then there's there, meaning a group of people or a group of something, which is THEIR.
Yep.
The English language can be very confusing for people.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Stacy says, my brain doesn't remember anything. I have to just wing it daily.
I'm with you. with you, Stacey. I gotta write everything down, or I have
Yeah.
to have a calendar item.
That's why I have my trusty written calendar. Someone, two or three people are like, why don't you just use the calendar on your phone? I'm like, let me see. There's limited space on what you can say on each day. That's the first thing. Secondly, am I going to look at my phone? No, I will look at this every day though.
How my grandma was. She was like, nope,
Really.
I do the phone. I have to write it down.
Yep, writing, I have to write it down. I don't, yeah.
I put it all in my phone.
Oh, there goes Coco playing with her toys. Sorry, guys.
We didn't hear her, but I see her.
Right.
She's squeaking away.
Let me see here. Rita says, so I get it now. I am confused. So confusing me more now. Oh no, I need an anti-confusion map. Anyone have one? And then says, I needed one today, Rita. Yeah, Cheri was talking about she got it with she had brain fog today. She couldn't think very well on stuff.
I think I finally got to a point where I can pull the yarn.
The quilt pattern that you're making, Cheri, is going to be super cute when you get it all sewn. Super simple. Yeah, exactly, Zaza. It's like when I first moved here, Nikolai would say, I'm going to go get Coke to you. And I'm like, what? And he said it again. I'm like, don't you mean for me? But he wasn't the only one who would say it in that way. So apparently over here it's to you because the translation between Danish to English is weird. And when I hear it like that, I'm like, don't say it that way. But now I just totally don't even care because I know what they mean. Because I'm not here to teach them proper English anyway. So what difference does it make? I just want them to be able to articulate with me. And if they can articulate, let's do it. Is Tasha leaving? She says, off to start the kiddos' bedtime. Have a great night, everyone. Yeah, we're going to have to stop in a minute too, because I have with a friend on the phone because we're working on. So I'll tell you what I'm up to. We're making me a box to send to me. My friend in Syracuse and I are doing it, and I'm going to have her send me fresh spices and herbs so that I can make my own seasoning concoctions in bottles because I can't stand how salty some of the pre-made stuff has become.
Oh yeah.
Some of it's insanely salty. And like I love the Montreal steak and the Montreal chicken seasoning stuff, but my God, it's salty. Especially the more you get closer to the bottom of it. And I'm like, this is, yeah.
I shake it up every time to kind of
shake it, but it still ends up salty anyway.
Yeah.
And it's probably because some of the spices in there are not as heavy, I guess. So that salt is heavier and it just, yeah, it lingers.
Because it uses the big salt crystals, like the large ones. I love that Montreal steak, so I'm familiar.
Yep, so I'm gonna make my own, and then I can limit how much salt goes into it, or leave the salt out and just salt things on the side, or salt over it. But what I'll probably do is make a concoction where it has a lower content of salt, where it's not so salty. I can't stand all that salt.
We have a lot of like in our spice cabinet, like we have a lot of just kind of single blend, like single seasonings.
Yeah.
Like just onion powder, just garlic powder, just rosemary, just cumin by themselves. And then we add the salt separately.
So what I'm planning on doing is ordering those single spices like you're talking, but also the ones that actually start out in seed form and then you grind them down. I want to order them in seed form so that I can grind them when I'm actually going to use the spice to keep it fresher longer.
Okay.
And by keeping it in seed form, it will stay fresher longer than it won't lose its potency by keeping it in the seed form versus in powdered form, because over time it does lose some of its potency, even though I keep it in a cold room in a dark, which is dark too, because there's no windows in our cold room. And I just want to learn how to make my own, and it might save me money because spices over here, a little tiny bottle is so expensive. And if I can make it, then I just want to do it on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then you can control what you're putting in there.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, Katie, I need her address to send it. Oh, yeah, I'll be sending that to you. Hey, did your husband have a chance to look at the information I needed? Cheri, let me know. If not, we can talk about it. When are we getting together again? Thursday, I think. Because you're going to do something with me. I know we're getting sewing together on Saturday. Rita, I don't like fennel. I don't like anise. Hey, anise is great. A star anise is great for a recipe I have. I'll have to share it with you guys because it made that chicken taste, oh my God, so good. There was a lot of work that went into it to make it, but it was yummy.
Fennel and anise are not, I mean, I can use them sparingly, but that licorice taste does not sit well with me.
Well, you don't taste the licorice with the way this is made in the chicken. It's used in part of because I think there's a brine you have to do first, and then after that, then you marinate it, and it has soy and everything else in it. And when we saw all the stuff that goes into it, Nikolai was like, "Do you think it's gonna taste good?" I'm like, "I don't know, but let's find out." Turns out, oh, it was so good.
Do you know what I found out? That I can't have anything with fennel in it because it's closely related to peanuts, and since I'm allergic to peanuts, I react to it as well.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
never knew that.
Me neither.
So like I have to be very careful of the carrots and things like that as well. And also curry I can't do because of that.
I love curry.
I love curry too. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jason tried to cook it once and I had to leave my house for like 6 hours.
You know what I noticed about curry when I first started eating it? I told Nikolai, I said, I can't decide on if I like it or if I hate it. He says, but you're eating it. I said, yeah, I know, because I'm like, I can't decide. But I discovered something when my nose smells curry cooking, it triggers my hunger thing that I usually don't have. It absolutely wakes it up. And by the time I finish making it, I'm starving.
Yeah. Well, we were excited to try it, and then so he decided to try to cook it, and then my throat immediately started closing.
So was something in the curry itself?
Yeah, most curries have some form of peanuts that are in it.
Oh, that sucks, man. So can you get organic and make your own curry?
I don't know. I never wanted to try it again because I'd rather be.
Oh,
Well, curry blend though is the thing, right? Not
Uh,
a
it was about 12 years ago.
we'll have to look into that and see if you can buy it where it's not come in contact with uh nuts and stuff since you're allergic to it. I would think that there would be such a place that sells it like that where they met. I bet you could get it through small farmers. You know, small organic farmers who don't mess with nuts at all. I don't know. Let me ask hey Andi, let me ask my friend Melanie. She always has an answer for everything because she researches stuff and because she's a nurse and she knows all about this kind of thing. Let me ask her if there's a way to buy the spices for curry that doesn't come in contact with Peanut, she might have the answer. Or she might not.
It'd be interesting.
Unless you're allergic to something that is in curry itself.
That could be it too. I'm allergic to a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, you might be an allergy to something in curry. It could be the curry, cumin's in curry. I forget what else is in the
I
curry.
can have.
And see, I want to buy all the spices and make my own curry spice. I don't know why my this browser keeps crashing, but every so often it says, you have ran out of memory. And so it'll take the first thing out, and usually it's part of my browser. Cheri, I'm sending you an email with the information. I'm glad you reminded me of that because I hadn't even done that. My bad. All right, I'm going to spotlight Chaunda because it is now 10:34, and I think I might have got a message. I bet. Hang on a minute, because I'm supposed to be talking to Melanie soon. She's messaged me. What time is it? Oh my God, that was over an hour ago. Okay. Let me spotlight you, Chaunda, and show them where you're at on your project. And then again, tell them about your channel.
All right, everybody. I'm Chaunda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. This is the blanket that I am working on. This is the Sweet Pea blanket by Addict24. Today I got almost the four rows done, which is pretty good for me, seeing as how I spent the first portion of today friggin' unraveling my yarn because it was a hot mess. But basically my channel is just a place where I go to share what I'm working on and what I'm thinking. And that's pretty much it. It's kind of casual. I do want to do a little bit more with it in the next 12 months. I do want to start posting a little more and maybe trying to go live, which I never do. So I'd like to try.
You're gonna brave it? Do you want a wingman to help you?
Maybe, Katie. Maybe.
Need a wingman, let me know. I'll be happy to help.
Yeah, maybe. Because I've never done a live by myself ever.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm a little anxious about it, but it is something I do want to try to get into.
Yeah, just breathe and try to relax and not freak out if something does happen, just don't have a meltdown and just shut it off. Let me know when you're going to do it and I'll be there. I'll make sure to be there.
I will. I'll schedule it.
Yeah. Just let me know. Now, do you know what you're going to use for going live on?
Zoom.
Okay.
I have the instructions that you gave me when we walked through it. I don't know if things have changed. So I might
haven't.
Some help. Okay.
But we can walk through it again, or we can revisit it so that you could, walk through it again. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Because what kept nailing me is I kept missing that one little step where it says you have to what was the step? The step had to do with telling Zoom to do something, and I always would forget to put it in there, and that was what kept nailing me. And then when Sean came in, did you do this? I'm like, no, I didn't. Go back and fix it, and it went up, and it was like that one little step kept nailing me.
Yeah, I do want to try to grow the channel over the next year. I think that'd be great. And if you guys get a chance, I just dropped a video a couple of days ago talking about the 5 things I hate the most about quilting. If you guys want to check that out, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, y'all go over there to her channel and let me share her channel link because I know I have her in the bot. And yeah, y'all go over there if you're not. Huh?
I guess Zaza saw my last video. She said she liked it, so I was thinking.
I liked it too, and then I watched I think you saw I commented on one you did the other day,
Mm-hmm.
but the other one that was like a couple days before that, I think 2 or 3 days before that, maybe more. I'm still watching that one. I keep getting sidetracked. All right, now let me do Andi. That didn't sound right, did it? Oh gosh. Same thing, show them what you've been working on and then tell us about the channel.
All right, I've been working on this neon octopus. I'm just finishing up the head. It's gonna be 3 feet. It's gonna look like this guy here.
That is so cool.
Really cool.
Here, I'll show you the hat version.
Yep. First thing Nikolai says, you got to make me a hat like that.
So I just gotta finish it up and then stuff it. And then I recently designed a big jelly to go with it.
So
And
cool.
I plan on, oh, the light sucks in here. Sorry, guys. I plan on getting a pattern video released on my channel probably next week after my show. So keep an eye out for it and you can make your own. And here's the little baby acrylic version to the big fleshy yarn version.
Love that little one.
Yeah. So,
So
yay.
cool. You
Looks
are
like
so
sunshine and sky
talented.
and rainbows all in one. I just love it so much.
Me
Yeah.
too. I love all that. You're so talented. So we will be getting back together again on October the, what did I say it was going to be
14th, I believe.
14th, which is the second Tuesday of no October. So that's when you'll see all four of us again. Now, if you're a crocheter, I'm going to put this out here. If you crochet or knit, or well, yarn, have fun with yarn, and you're not shy and want to get on the live with us, email me. I'm gonna put my email address in here. Uh-oh. I thought I was going to. Hang on. And email me and say, hey, I would like to join the crochet live. And you're welcome to join us. I think we're all will be happy to share with each other. So yeah. Anyway, so everyone, thank you for coming to the live tonight. I will be live on Thursday. And Thursday I will be working on probably the channel So Long, which is Katie's Creative Chaos. So Long. And then Friday we will, oh, speaking, before I forget, don't forget to vote on those blocks. I went and checked the stats on both the Facebook group and on the YouTube channel, and I've already written down where it is right now. But if you have not voted on which block you want to see, so if you've not voted on your favorite block to be sewn, you need to get over there and vote. So it's on the community tab, and you will have to scroll down the community tab to find it, because I can't move it up. I would have to redo the whole thing again in order to do that. I'd rather not, because then we'll lose the stats. So make sure to go there or either to the Facebook group and put your information in on what you want to vote on. Also, don't forget, October 4th is my giveaway for hitting 5,000. So make sure you get that Google form filled out. You cannot qualify for the drawing if you do not do the form, because I don't want to have to chase y'all down to give it to you. It's just easier to have your info. And if you're a winner, I can plug it all in and then voila, it's done. All right. Thank you everyone for coming to the live. And hi, Pat. See you on Thursday. See everyone on Thursday. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do? You make something beautiful. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay. That went well, I think.